a $118 value when you use your Shawbills credit card. Visit ShawbillsTire.com to shop Michelin tires and for complete offer details. Shawbills, we keep you rolling. Offer expires January 31st. Void where prohibited. Subject to credit approval.
Majestic Metals is located in Sorrento with over 60 years experience in the pre-engineered metal building industry. Majestic Metals is the leading metal roofing manufacturer with high-quality products, superior customer service, and a fast turnaround. We offer both commercial and residential roofing, including a standing seam panel in a variety of colors with a 40-year paint warranty. A metal roof can add value to your home and is energy efficient. Call Majestic Metals at 225-675-3800 and talk to our knowledgeable sales staff for all your commercial and residential needs. Visit us on the web at majesticmetalsinc.com.
Respect isn't something that's just given, it's earned. It comes from having experience and possessing knowledge that can be passed on to the next generation. Jim's Firearms.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Wednesday, January 15th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 57. In hour one of today's show, we'll look at the latest with the New Orleans Saints head coaching search. Could there be a new favorite to land that job? Also, we'll look at the big-time win for LSU basketball. They get their first victory in SEC play. And the New Orleans Pelicans, they get a victory over the Chicago Bulls. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
They said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome in to another day of OTB, and I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And I think we're going to have a wonderful day here on Off the Bench. It is Wednesday, January 15th, 2025. January rolling right along, and we are glad to be here with you. A couple of b-ball wins, like Taylor talked about last night. How about it? LSU, the boot, basketball back. We'll get to all of it. Jake, what's up, man? How you doing today?
To Jake we go. Jakey Wakey, Eggs and Bakey. We got Alondra Villarreal and Taylor Sharp in here as well. What's up, man?
We going with the slick back look today.
I just took off a hat. I just took off a hat right before the show, so I gotta let the hair start to loosen up a little bit here. Shout out Jeb Whitley, watch you boys from Speedwell, Tennessee. 318-31, great.
My God.
Love the show. Keep up the great work. Hell yeah, Jeb. The Brady Kane comments about Notre Dame and Brian Kelly are a little crazy. I don't know if I saw this. I have seen Coach
Brady
Kelly
Quinn's
sit
coming
down with
off campus later.
He sat down with
about him.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Essentially, he was like, the Kelly comments made me mad when he said we didn't have the resources or the money to compete. So I have personally made it my mission to get all this money put together. And I'm like, okay, but like if you did have all that money put together, like Kelly was right. You didn't have the money. You didn't have the resources.
Well, I mean, I guess if you want to really argue from a semantic standpoint, if Brady Quinn manages to get the money together, then the money was there. So yes, they may not have had it, but they had the potential to have it. Or is everybody just right? I don't know.
Yeah, it's causing a lot of.
It is interesting seeing Kelly start to get involved in the narrative a bit. Did you see his sit down with Brandon Marcello of On 3, where he basically said, "Look, I never left Notre Dame because I thought I couldn't win championships there. I left Notre Dame because I wanted a different challenge." Which, again, it's a deal where I don't think the words were ever uttered forthwith. Is that right? I don't know if Kelly never ever said, like, I cannot win a championship at Notre Dame. So that's probably a true statement with the spin zone that's going on now. But it is a situation where, like, we all understood what was being said, right? Even if it wasn't explicitly stated. But we'll get into all this. Jake, what's up, dude? How are we doing this morning?
I'm doing great. It's Wednesday. Flynn in?
Yeah.
Flynn's in. Bobby's coming on the show later.
A couple of your favorite guys there.
Excited about the show. Starting to get excited about heading to Atlanta and going to the Natty coming up here in a couple of days. So almost the finish line for my college football season. Excited to get there, but also, you know what? We've run our course. I don't think I've been home one weekend since November 30th. So,
Alondra, what's up with you, girl? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Halfway through the week. What?
I was since November 30th. That just took me a second to process. That's crazy. It's a long time.
I know, and it feels like November feels like it just happened, and it didn't. Like it was.
No, it did
not.
not.
Christmas season is so fun that it does tend to fly by.
But yeah, all good. Did the Kim Mulkey show last night, so got to hear from our fave twice yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah,
hell yeah,
she's the best. So yeah, all good.
Tay, what's up with you? Good job on the dock this morning.
Yeah, thank you. Somebody forgot to send it. No big deal there or anything. We're not going to call out who it was, but there's a chance it was T-Bob. No, doing really good. No, guys, I'm totally kidding. It's not that big of a deal.
Too late. Shut up.
Doing really good today.
Too late. Shut up. Don't talk for the rest of the segment, please. I don't have to say please, actually. Don't talk for the rest of the segment. Turn off his mic, Alondra.
We're off to a great start this morning.
So Coach Kelly did sit down with Brandon Marcello of On 3, and he made it very clear who he was rooting for. And no surprise, he's rooting for the Irish, saying, quote, "I'm happy for all those guys. I pull for them. A lot of the guys there that are on both sides of the ball, I recruited. Obviously, I want to see those guys win it all, and I think they're in a great position. Totally excited for those guys." And then he was asked about the idea that people are out there saying that he left Notre Dame because he thought they couldn't win a championship. And Kelly said, quote, "They're selling it the way they want to sell it. Why do you leave Notre Dame? You leave Notre Dame because you're taking another challenge. I took Notre Dame to championships. It's just the way you want to twist it. You only leave Notre Dame to go win a championship. I wasn't leaving Notre Dame because I couldn't win a championship. You can win championships at Notre Dame, but I chose another path because I wanted a different challenge." Yeah. I don't agree, but I see why that is what's said. And to be completely fair, if I was in those shoes, I could convince myself that is why I left. So, like, if I was listening to me, T-Bob, on this show say I don't agree or whatever, and I'd be like, oh, well, that idiot doesn't know anything. I know me. I'm me, and I did leave for that reason. And so, like, I'm sure I could even convince myself of that. I still maintain that he felt there was a ceiling there. Now, it was kind of, was this technically pre-NIL?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
it was the switch.
So we're talking about
maybe year one of it?
Year one. So we're talking about the beginning stages of it, and we're also talking about the transfer portal looking, completely different now than it did. And so it's not the same set of rules that it was. I think Notre Dame has done a great job of getting veteran players through the portal, guys that have graduated, to add to their team. And, there's some players on that team this year that they've never really had, in my opinion. Like when you watch the team, there's some players that are going to be pros, Sunday players that, maybe they don't start at Notre Dame in the years that we had it, before NIL and transfer portal, but now they can get a player like that.
Yeah, I guess I only bring it up because I think that you probably do leave Notre Dame when Coach Kelly left because you feel like there is a bit of a ceiling on you, only that ceiling was under the old rules. And that Notre Dame appears to be one of the beneficiaries of the newer sets of rules. And that, obviously they're going to have a lot of money with which you can pull if you can rally investors and whatnot. But also, like, it's all the places, Jake, that people would argue are maybe, and I think they might have reduced some of the academic standards, but it's all the places where people want to argue that, like, oh, it's hard to recruit there. It's hard to recruit there. Well, all of a sudden, yeah, you may not want to go to Lincoln, Nebraska, but if I'm going to pay you enough money, you will. I'm going to pay you enough money, you will go here. So it's like Notre Dame seems to, and a lot of that's Marcus Freeman and him being a great coach and him being very likable and cool and being able to convince guys to come. Absolutely. But certainly, I think the potential of Notre Dame when Kelly left has changed drastically in this new era. And I mean, you look at things like blue chip ratio, Jake, they're right there in the top 10 with everybody else. So, like, just from a pure talent standpoint, they have as much pure talent as anybody else. So
I forgot about blue chip ratio.
Could be a, well, I mean, you know, whoever wins it will once again be the 50% threshold. Washington was maybe the greatest hope for breaking that streak. But anyway, so I guess it's simply that when Kelly leaves, just the situation now, the environment, the sport, the context is so much different when it was than when he left. And so, yes, the spin zone, I understand because, yeah, I mean, you almost have to. Now, he did go to championships at Notre Dame, but he just kind of felt like he couldn't break through.
So, you know, NIL was something that was in place, but let's not act like NIL then and NIL now is the same thing. Collectives and different things, and paying high school players $12 million and paying quarterbacks that are maybe professional quarterbacks $4 million per year. That wasn't in place at that time. There wasn't a 12-team playoff at that time. It was a 4-team playoff. And so the math has changed on that. And now I can also give Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame a ton of credit. It's a really good football team, and they've done a really nice job of what they currently have of putting that team together. And Mike Denbrock and Al Golden as the coordinators have done a hell of a job putting game plans together to find a way. And so, I there's a little bit of things on both sides that can certainly be true.
Mark Cumby says, Quinn basically said what Kelly said, Notre Dame needed money. He didn't come till after Kelly left. So that is another thing that we've seen a few times, even here a few weeks ago at LSU, which is sometimes you have to have something that goes wrong or makes you angry to become the catalyst for change and for action. And so when Kelly breaks up with you in this way, when you're rolling and you're doing great, and he says, look, I don't think I can do it here. I need to go to a place that I know can do it. Well, all of a sudden, Notre Dame says, okay, well, we can pay it. Okay, well, we're gonna, this is going to be the rallying cry. We are going to prove you wrong. We're getting in the gym. We're getting snatched to prove you wrong for leaving us behind. And is it any different than what LSU just did with Bryce Underwood? Where Larry Ellison rolls in, snags Bryce Underwood. Kelly has a very open plea. Look, we need more grassroots funding. I'll do $1 million match. Another guy, I'll do $1 million match. All of a sudden, LSU has more grassroots funding than anybody in the country, and they have a number one transfer portal class in the entire country. So, these things have funny silver lining effects sometimes. Hell hath no fury, like a college football booster base spurned. And we've seen it in a couple of different instances right here.
And also, we need to add that if Notre Dame does not win, they'll be at the same point that BK had them at. Playing for a national championship, but not winning it.
And it absolutely sucks because I actually really love this Notre Dame team. They're a team that is, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. They're nameless, faceless. They've overcome an astronomical amount of injuries, but their path to winning the game seems significantly narrower than does Ohio State. You can feel the Buckeyes winning this game potentially in a couple of different ways, where Notre Dame's path is, it's just like I said, it's more finite. It's a bit more ball controlling, great defense. Well, we can get into it, national championship preview a bit later in the show. But it would be a great sports story if this Notre Dame team that, again, is kind of nameless, faceless, injured to all hell, was able to stand up to a Buckeyes team that is essentially fully healthy, a $20 million roster, And the team from the beginning of the year that everybody said is the most talented team in the entire country. It's got a little bit of a little Giants versus Cowboys feel, you know? But imagine toilet papers, the ball soaring through the air.
Is Jack Sawyer Spike?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a more Spike than Jack Sawyer?
Bobby, but
all
the same.
That's true.
Bobby, AJ Hawk, all the same.
Yep.
Right? He just, Vrabel, he's, right there with him. He was a Buckeye.
Who's Bobby? Why am I blanking? Who does Bobby host with?
Schlags.
Yeah, another white NFL linebacker from Ohio State. He's got a bunch of crazy white boys. Yeah, dude,
he's on the staff now. So you're right. Spike.
This is Little Giants. And, they won in that movie, but this is real life.
Look, Marcus Freeman's a great human being. I really like Marcus Freeman. And I know there's a lot of people maybe around here that don't want Notre Dame to win. Marcus Freeman has done the impossible. Nationally, he's made Notre Dame a lovable underdog.
True. How? How do we get here? How did we get here?
Like, I'm covering these games, T, and there's people that have no dog in the fight rooting for Notre Dame, and I never thought that I would see the day.
Now, I have no real animus towards Notre Dame, so I'm not a great example in this case because didn't start out hating them or anything. But I've never liked them either particularly, and I've really kind of found myself cheering, except for Indiana game. I was rolling with the Hoosiers.
Yeah.
But outside, I found myself cheering for them. And I think part of that was because there was sort of maybe some national bias around not fully appreciating how good this roster and team is. Thinking it might be like Notre Dame teams of the past that ultimately on the biggest stages are going to show up to appear flawed. And even if they end up losing badly to Ohio State, that's still not that. You just run into a team that's just too good and playing too good. But, I don't know. I don't know. Notre Dame has always been a school that inspires a lot of opinion and emotion one way or another. Like, I always do something. Like, my grandfather kind of liked Notre Dame because they were Catholic.
Yeah.
But then he also kind of hated them because LSU lost them a couple times. I think one time back in the day where, I don't think they called a single flag on Notre Dame. I don't know why I remember that. So it's mixed bag. But for me, that's who I would like to see win. But that's just because the underdog. I'm going to cheer. If I have a dog in the fight, I am almost 10 times out of 10 going to cheer for the underdog.
You?
You're
a blue chip ratio guy, though.
Okay. No. Not doing the stance again today. Not doing the stance again.
I do think the number's 8.5. I do think Notre Dame covers, Ohio State wins.
Well, look, we'll get into let's get into a national championship preview a bit later, and we got Bobby Carpenter coming up. Coming up next, we can get into a couple of these basketball results and some news out of the college football front that could change some of that current fabric of college football. More off the bench next.
Off the bench.
Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. GEAUXTommys.com. GEAUXTommys.com. You go to Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding, guys, you are going to see the difference clearly. You need hardy plank or vinyl siding, wood or vinyl windows. You want energy-efficient options, right, that pay for themselves over time because they save you money over time. You want lifetime warranties on both those siding and windows. Well, you call 225-250-8808. That's 250-8808. And you get in touch with Tommy's, and they take care of everything. Trust the exterior home improvement specialists with over 20 years in the game. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding.
GoTommys.com, where you can see what they can do for you, what they've already done in the greater Baton Rouge area, testimonials of past client results, a gallery of work. We tell you every day, though, because it's true. If you have a custom job, they can customize your job to what you're looking for. GoTommys.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
A lot of Rudy talk going on in the chat here. Easy saying Rudy is an a-hole from what I've heard and read about him. We met old Rudy Rudiger. Remember that?
A Senior Bowl one time?
Senior
right?
Bowl.
Yeah.
He was like walk-ons the restaurant. He was working with Brandon Landry and them, being, obviously kind of the
walk-on.
I thought he was great. Granted, that's a publicity situation in which you better be great, right? Like, you can't walk around to those junkets acting like an a-hole, but I have nothing bad to say about the man. I also love that movie. Somebody said, wait, isn't Rudy also in Lord of the Rings? Yes, Sean Astin.
It was okay.
You don't like Rudy the movie?
It's all right.
51st Dates, too.
Good pull, 100. Because Sean Astin has...
I'd go Goonies.
Incredibly high highs, right? Mikey from the Goonies.
Encino, man.
Rudy, another interesting pull there. I was going to go Samwise Gamgee. And then, like his steroided out list brother in 51st Date is excellent.
Stranger Things.
I was going to say, and then he eventually comes into Stranger Things as Bob. But yeah, Encino Man and 51st Dates, not normally the roles that get named. So I'm proud of both
proud
of
you. Yeah.
Well I love Encino Man.
Yeah, I did too.
I don't think I've seen Encino Man, since I don't know. I was in junior high or something, maybe.
Probably.
I watched
whenever it came out.
I'm old.
Do you really don't think Rudy's a good movie? Why?
It's all right.
I know. You just want a movie about the 5-star. I get it. That makes sense. That kind of checks out based on what we know.
I think Rudy sucks.
Yeah.
I just don't think I just don't. It's not like in my top tier sports movies. It's okay. You didn't write the movie, T.
Oh, no, I know. No, I know. But, me, classic, like underdog, walk on, grit, hard work guy. You, 5-star,
There's a difference.
superstar. You're Ivan Drago. I'm Rocky. I get it. I appreciate it.
There's a difference between working really hard and Charlie Hustle and high school Harry and then just being gritty. There's a difference.
So what you are intimating is that Rudy is Charlie Hustle and high school Harry?
Yeah.
Oh, come on now, dude. He works his ass off. You don't just get you know what I mean? Walk on. You got to work your ass off to be on these
I didn't
teams.
say anything about it.
They
No.
don't let you out for free.
He ain't no Chris Doring.
They don't let you. Well, yeah, because Chris was under recruited. Chris was every now and then you get a dive in a rough way. Oh wait, this guy's actually an NFL player, and somehow none of us saw it.
Just saying.
Rudy can't grow 6. Chris has the body of a god.
Just telling
He's an
you.
Adonis.
Not my walk on.
Oh man, Charlie Hustle. Wow, unbelievable. A2, JK. That's what the grit crowd's saying to you now.
No,
How
I think a
long
lot of people that actually like have the grit, like the ultimate grit, I think they'd agree with me.
How long is the movie, Rudy? Pretty long, right?
Too long.
I just think that it is too long for how little actually happens in the movie. That's why I don't like it. Like, it's just not that much happens. It's kind of boring at times.
Casey says, who's the best walk-on ever? Clay Matthews, Baker Mayfield. Probably
I think
Baker.
Baker, he won the
yeah,
Heisman.
it has
Yeah,
to
he
be
won the
Baker.
And he walked on twice.
Gotta be Baker.
I don't have an opinion on Rudy. I've never seen it.
You're not missing them.
Yeah, judging off your brown-nosing tendencies, you'd probably be piling on with Jake and Tay-Tay here. You know, just out here alone, just swimming upstream.
Yeah,
so tough.
Daniel wants to know what's the difference between working hard and Charlie Hustle. Working hard is you do it in the night. You don't care who sees you. In fact, if nobody sees you, it doesn't really matter. That's not why you're doing it. You're working hard because it's in your DNA. You're too gritty to be pretty. Charlie Hustle is let me eye hustle to see if the coach is watching. Let me see who notices I post my workouts at 6 a.m. Let me notice, let everybody notice that hey, look at me. Here's the video of me running the stadium stairs. That's Charlie Hustle. The other guy's just working his ass off.
Also, Charlie Hustle's the type of guy like Rudy who threatened to quit, I think, 2 different times in that movie.
He did.
A true walk-on's not going to do that.
I would argue the guy that worked in the steel mill and then was working the grounds just to have access to practice away from the public eye in the dark of night would be pretty cool.
You want to make sure that Rock saw him working hard. Like,
He'd be
hey, I cut the
pretty-
grass again.
He quit the steel mill,
pretty
too.
gritty.
He did quit, yeah.
He wasn't even that good at it. His dad was mad because the other brothers were better at the steel mill than he was. He wasn't even good at it.
Quit the. I don't know I don't know what motivations have led this segment and y'all to taking such a hard anti-Rudy Rudiger stance, but
no, not the
I find it
man.
to be
I don't know the man. We're talking about
deeply
the movie.
not that good.
All right. To each their own. I suppose nobody's immune for bad takes. Sad to see. Sad to see.
I mean,
it's not sad to see. Couple of wins on the hard court, guys. How about it? LSU basketball gets its first SEC win, taking down Calipari's Hogs, and the Pelicans take down Chicago Bulls. So LSU in the PMAC last night actually beats Arkansas for a third straight time in the PMAC, winning 78-74. Arkansas and the Calipari era guys kind of off to a disastrous start here. 11-6 overall, 0-4 in the SEC, giving LSU their first SEC win. Cam Carter was awesome. He drops 27. Really, the story of the game, to me, it's at the free throw line. LSU 26 of 28 in a 4-point game, including 6 of 6 down the stretch to hold off any potential of an Arkansas run at the end. So credit to Matt McMahon's Tigers, man. We said it here in this early portion of the season where you are playing so many road games and so many of the best teams in the SEC. You had to win this game against a foundering Arkansas in the PMAC, and they got it done.
Yeah, and look, Arkansas is now 0-4 in the SEC, and so we're not talking about you beating world beaters, but you were looking for your first win as well. And so T's right. You had to have this victory. And last year, you didn't start conference play on your best foot. I believe you started 1-3, just like you are right now, if I'm not mistaken. So you finished with a 500 record in conference play. Now, I'm not saying this team is going to do that because now Arkansas is in last place in the SEC, but you did start off poorly last year in conference play and found a way to really hit a hot streak and, again, finish 500 because with what you did in the non-con, if you finish 500 in league play this year, then you're probably, on the verge of being an at-large team, right? So a long way to go. A lot of teams in front of them that are going to be better than Arkansas. But even like against Ole Miss, who beat Alabama last night, on the road last game out, there was moments where you looked like you belong. So now you got to come back. You got to go right back on the road against A&M, against Alabama, against number 1 Auburn at home. I realize that. But as much as any SEC schedule could, air quotes here, lighten up, it does after that. So you just got to weather this storm. That's why this one was so important.
When it comes to men's basketball, do y'all feel a bit like the Squidward meme? Where he's looking outside his house and SpongeBob and Patrick are having fun, running around having so much fun. Because, I see my group text, talking, and it's mainly Alabama fans, right? But I see my group text, talking SEC basketball trash. I'm like, what? I wake up and I see Mincy tweeting about the Chris Beard era of Ole Miss and what an amazing win and all this sort of stuff. And I'm just over here okay, sure.
You're like, this is how Vanderbilt feels during football season.
Yeah, when's baseball? We a month away now. When's the next women's basketball game? It is a bit it's a bit of an odd feeling where a lot of the teams at LSU directly in the SEC West, the old SEC West, the fan base we compete with, all these other ones are they're all top 10 and they all really care now. And it's kind of sitting here okay, sure. Good win. Good win. Do you ever feel left out, though?
For basketball talk?
Or do you not care? I mean, you know what I mean? I'm probably the least college basketball fan in this entire room.
So that's what I was about to say. I really enjoy college basketball. And as soon as this game is over on Monday, my afternoon show will switch to heavy basketball. And so I get my fix, Yeah. I feel like I get to be a part because of that. But I understand what you're saying about LSU and everybody else is all these football schools are awesome right now in basketball. And look, you've been one of those teams, right? Not that long ago. And you remember what it feels like. So yeah, I feel like you see everybody else out there celebrating and you're just happy that you beat Arkansas.
When we get back, you'll touch on the Pelicans real quick, and then we'll get into a unanimous vote that was undertaken by college football coaches that could drastically change the college football schedule and makeup of the current settings. I don't know how to say it. More OTB next.
Off the bench.
Hey guys, new partner here on Off the Bench, and that's Pelican Roofing. If you're in Baton Rouge or Lafayette, you need a roof, you need Pelican. Okay, we have brand new financing options for up to 21 months for qualified applicants. We're talking 0% APR financing. And when it comes to Pelican, you say, well, why should I use Pelican? There's a million different reasons, but a couple of things that I love. First off, it's the instant response time. Pelican has dedicated employees at every single step in the process, from answering the phone to having a dedicated manager on each and every site. And so you are always getting the best service. I always somebody there ready to talk to you, ready to answer any question that you have every step along the way. If you're interested, go to pelicanroof.com. Use the instant quote tool to immediately get a quote online. Go to pelicanroof.com.
Yeah, and so you're going to see Lafayette and Baton Rouge, but know they have offices in both of those cities. They are ready to help. They're in your community, Lafayette and Baton Rouge. Go to pelicanroof.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-426-2537. 21 plus, physically present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Licensee partner Golden Nugget, Lake Charles.
Sports talk with some other stuff mixed in. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's going on? I was just about to say the same thing, actually.
Were you?
I swear to God.
Okay, I didn't say that. I didn't say it on air, so you're just talking.
Oh.
I said it in your ear.
We used to do a lot of that.
I whispered it.
At my rigid, coming up in radio. We don't do much of that here. Like the production in the just in the ear.
I don't really have to for the most part.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Because we have a very collaborative everybody talk show. Let's go ahead and get this thing started.
It's time to get to work.
Until you cut them off.
Yeah, right.
Well, I was timing in. And then I heard it is as I was timing in.
Now for starters.
Go to Tiger Labor and Staffing. With the shortest waiting period in the industry, Tiger Labor makes it easy to transfer top talent on your payroll quickly as we personally vet your workforce of all your staffing needs, whether short or long term. So never deal with a tailor again, okay? Because they're not just forwarding resumes to you, but interviewing and dispatching in person every morning at 5 a.m. Tiger Labor and Staffing. All right. So I did want to touch on the Pelicans real quick last night, and they're not going to spend long here. Pelicans beat the Bulls, guys, 119-113. Zion Williamson in just 24 minutes, 21 points, 7 boards, 9 assists, 1 block. I mean, it is insane when he plays how good he is. Does any of it matter? Because it's a back-to-back tonight, so he's not going to play. Probably not. Trey Murphy dropped 32 last night. Pretty impressive considering he was just 2 of 13 from 3. He finishes 12 of 12 at the line. Here's a little nugget. He's made 43 free throws in a row, Jake. He broke who's Pelicans team record?
Who do I think it is?
It's kind of random.
It's not Peja?
No. Afterwards, you're like, okay, this guy was a shooter, but I doubt you're going to pull his name. Big guy, a big guy shooter, stretch shooter.
David West?
No. After that.
Oh, I don't know.
How big?
He's tall. I mean, he was like
how big a fellow was he?
Could he be considered a guard?
No. He was a 4.
Was he?
He was a 4.
Oh, he's a 4. I was going to guess Marco Bellinelli, but it ain't him, obviously.
Ryan Anderson.
Yeah. How about it? I did not think you were going to be able to pull that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Anderson had made 42. So now Trey Murphy, your franchise record.
I was trying to think of like shooters that were tall.
No, I know. You nailed it. I did not expect that. Good job. Good get. You know what kind of sucks, though? Well, it doesn't suck. Pelicans 2-1 in the current road trip. You know? Again, what have you done for me lately? But
messed up their draft choice.
Some of the reason, and I don't like to go too far with this because this is another thing where it's kind of like Star Wars, some of these other things where when you engage in the criticism, you get pigeonholed into you get bundled in with a bunch of other criticism that I don't agree with. But I think the NBA, as much as I love it, the over-reliance on threes is a turnoff at times, just frankly. And look at these stats from last night. The Pelicans go 14 of 50, and the Bulls go 14 of 43. I mean, you could have built a Taj Mahal with that game last night.
So 93 threes between the two teams.
And they only made 28.
But just think about watching an NBA game and they shoot over 90 three-pointers.
It is gross modern NBA work here.
Oof.
Just go down the court, jack it up. Go down the court, jack it up. Go down the court, jack it up. See what happens. 28% for the Pels, 32% for the Bulls. So, you know, that kind of sucks. But the Pelicans won. Whatever. All right, so, Jake, what do you think about this? So, FBS coaches got together, and they unanimously voted in favor of a proposal that reduced college football transfer windows down to a window, and it would be a single 10-day period in January. Instead of having your December window, and then the April one, it would be January 2nd to January 12th. Of course, they're saying this is in order to preserve bowl season, provide some guardrails while still trying to allow the kids to be able to get to a new school in time for academics and whatnot. What do you think about it?
I think for the most part, players know where they want to go. They have a really good idea when they go into the portal. And I'm talking about the guys that are going to end up somewhere. I would say of the guys that know they're going to get a scholarship, that know they're going to be wanted in the portal, I would say 80% of those guys know where they want to go, or they have a pretty good idea. And so for me, I'm okay with shortening the window. I think it's more than enough time. We know there's tampering going on already, so they're already having those conversations. Now, for some, for that other 20%, is it enough time? We will see. But I certainly think it's enough for a large majority of it, and you delay it till January. So, you know, during bowl season, you're not going out there and playing bowl games with walk-ons and different things. Like, you actually have a bulk of your roster, and then you still get to the point where you can make the academic part of it work because the new semester is going to start around that time at the end of that window. And so you can go ahead and put yourself into class. And if you miss a day or two, you're going to be fine. You can just play catch up a little bit. So I actually am in favor of this.
I'll be interested to see with the 10-day window if it means you have to commit within the 10 days. Because right now, you just have to enter the portal when the window is open, and then you can decide afterwards. With academics, though, that does become a bit tighter. But I'm guessing it's to put your name in from the 2nd to the 12th, and then I don't know when final day to make a decision would be. Maybe it is just within that 10 days. There's some of the details that will have to come out over time. Look, I think it's a solid change simply because it provides more clarity. I think there's still some interesting things like, so what does this mean for teams that would be playing in a semifinal? As the calendar stands now, does that mean they're going to get a rash of exits right after they exit the quarterfinals, right? You move on for the quarterfinals and all of a sudden you're back in quarterback leaves and stuff. Like, do you make a addendum here where
an addendum?
If you play and like if your team makes it that far, then you have the ability to transfer after your season ends, whenever that may be. So I mean, you're still figuring it out, but
I like to see him change the calendar too of the playoff. Move it up a little bit.
It's a bit too spread out right now.
We don't need 10 days.
It's a bit too spread out right now.
Yeah.
The momentum is kind of sputtering a bit. I feel that as well.
I mean, we're January the 15th right now. We're not finished.
Yeah.
You could have it finished by January the 8th.
I agree.
So 12 days, move it from the 20th to the 8th. And I think a lot of that, and then the teams that play in the Natty, you extend their window by 5 days or whatever. 5 days actually feels like enough. Till January the 15th. If it was on January the 8th, you would have 7 days. You'd have a full week to go into the portal, choose your destination.
And it does feel as if this is more clear for everybody from a roster building standpoint in terms of what you need and what will be out there. Instead of like, if you miss in this first one, then right now, okay, well, maybe we can cross our fingers for April and get a guy that we didn't get here, get a guy then. But maybe that guy never comes about. Or maybe it's like last year where guys get extremely overpriced because you have a scarcity
and that was
in the market.
Like, that's ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
And credit to the guys that got it. I'm not hating on them.
I'm not mad at them.
I'm not mad at them. The market is the market. But that part of it, that part's ridiculous. We're paying way too much money for, I don't want to say average probably not the, but slightly starter talent defensive tackles. Right?
Yeah,
and they're getting quarterback money because it's his second window. And so players were trying to manipulate it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're one of those coaches, programs that has that guy in spring practice, you're counting on that player. Like, you think he's going to be a part of what you're doing moving forward.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, like, he's in the back channels and he's like, hey, I'm about to get $3 million from this school right now. And then you get the rug pulled from underneath you, and then you don't have another window to go replace that player. So it's very player friendly. And again, if they're going to give it to you, go get it. You might not have that opportunity again, but it just puts everybody in a bad situation. And man, you can't, like, it certainly wants revenue sharing, and it's like, this is how much you can spend. You can't be overspending for a defensive tackle just because you feel like you really need one. He could be the missing piece, and you're all of a sudden looking up and 10% of your cap is basically what it is.
And it's better for players going into new spots that you force them to be there for spring. You know? More time with the coaches, more time with your new teammates, more time to acclimate. It just, I mean, honestly, this is a change that makes sense all the way around. It does lose a pretty hefty amount of player leverage, though.
Yeah.
And so I imagine that's where the pushback's going to come in.
Players
and we'll see what happens.
Players have a lot right now.
No, they do. I know. But, I mean, like, nobody ever gives up anything for free.
No, they don't. And I'm for players having a lot of it. But you look at even like Major League Baseball players who have a ton of leverage and they've got an incredible union. Like, you got to give some back to make it make sense, and I think to make it work long term. Now, do I think you need more than some of the NFL? Yeah, I do. Somewhere in between.
Yeah,
is probably what you need to find. Like, there is a sweet spot that you can find. I don't know that we'll get there, but I do think you take a little bit of, because right now they got all of it. I mean, players have all of the leverage, and I just think it would help roster management, roster building, and all those different things if we just cleaned it up a little bit.
And so maybe this is a step forward. It's still a long way to go on this, but the coaches have made their voices heard. When we get back, wrap it up hour one, and then we got Flestering coming up next.
Off the bench.
Go to trashrangers.com today, guys. Trashrangers.com. And remember, pretty incredible stuff here, guys. If you sign up right now for Trash Rangers for a limited time, you can switch your residential service to Trash Rangers for half price. Guys, that's as low as $13.95 a month. Are you kidding me? So call today, go to trashrangers.com, make the switch. If you're in Livingston or Ascension Parish, you're lucky because you get to choose. Okay? You are not forced into any city contracts, anything like that. You make the switch, call today, limited time, $13.95 a month. Trash Rangers, they're the best. TrashRangers.com.
Yeah, take full advantage if you are a lucky one that is able to have that service. That's an incredible deal. So go to TrashRangers.com, sign up in the bottom left corner for that residential service, commercial service right there as well. But don't forget roll-off dumpsters. We're talking to everyone here in the greater Baton Rouge area. If you need a dumpster, 3 different sizes to choose from, TrashRangers.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench.
Just now, okay, yeah, never mind. What's going on? Oh, to get rid of the echo. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. All right, so continuing our series from LouisianaSports.net, Hunt Palmer's Portal Player Profiles. Today's profile, Michael Van Buren. Of course, Michael Van Buren playing for Mississippi State this last year. As a true freshman, got forced into action after...
What a name.
Noted Evangel Eagle. It is Eagles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
noted.
It's a private school, so it's going to be Crusaders or Eagles.
Yeah,
probably.
true. Fair.
What's GAC?
Spartans.
Yeah. Spice it up a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. We used to do the USC song back in the day.
I was hoping like something from 300, but.
Yeah, you know, like anybody else, I think there was definitely some going on for sure.
Awesome.
But yeah, noted Evangel Eagle Blake Shapen gets hurt. Michael Van Buren gets thrust into action for the Bulldogs last year, and it's a mixed bag, but overall, he seemed like a guy that showed a lot of potential, and definitely the high watermark of the season, Jake, when Georgia played in Starkville, it was like a surprisingly close game.
Yeah.
Like Georgia was never under threat of losing.
That was in Athens.
Oh, that was in Athens.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm wrong. I thought that was in Starkville. I apologize. But, okay, so even more impressive, in Athens, it's the high water mark of Van Buren's season. He throws for 306 and 3 tuds with only 1 pick against that Georgia defense. He would go on to a week later throw 3 more touchdowns against Texas A&M, and against Arkansas, we got that 309 and 2 touchdowns. So there was a run there where Michael Van Buren was, okay, like maybe this guy is going to be the guy. But season ends. They do love Blake Shapen. Blake Shapen's going to be very good for Jeff Lebby. I do believe that. And Van Buren, I don't exactly know why, chooses to go elsewhere. And I kind of love this from the LSU perspective in terms of long-term planning. This is not unlike, even if it's with the less heralded, less talented player, it's not unlike Oregon getting Dante Moore, right?
Right.
Dante Moore plays as a freshman at UCLA. He says, hey, I have a lot to learn. I'll go back up a veteran for a year. Then I think it's going to be my time. In that same way, Van Buren's betting on himself, back up Nuss, and then he's saying, and then I think it's going to be my time.
No, it's a great comp because you don't see it very often where a guy starts in one place and is like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go somewhere else, and I know I'm going to sit, but I'm going to be mature about this. I'm going to know that it's going to help me in the long run, and then once that guy moves on, it's going to be my team, and I'm going to be more ready, more seasoned because I sat here and I did learn for a year, even though there was a lot of good in my freshman year. And I think Van Buren had more, good in his freshman year than Moore did.
Yeah, without
certainly
a doubt.
Higher highs than he had. And so, no, it's a very mature move and one that would be very hard for me or really anybody after you've been playing in the same league to go somewhere else. But also, the LSU quarterback, kind of legacy here as of late is as high as anybody's. And so you want to be a part of that as well.
And it gives you great insurance when it comes to your immediate backup.
Oh, much better.
If he wins that role, right? It's kind of like the A.J. Swan thing where he has experience, but he has a higher ceiling than Swan does. Hour 1 of the books, Flestering, coming up next, guys.
Off the bench.
Go to yourgoodwood.com. If you, too, have listened to Mickey Loomis's press conference, well, don't worry. Help is on the way, okay? You go to Your Goodwood today. That's Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Okay, we're going to solve whatever ED Mick gave you. But maybe it wasn't the Loomis press conference. Maybe you're going bald. Maybe you feel like you're low T. You just don't have energy. You feel aged and decrepit. It's okay. It's natural. But guess what? We can fight it. Okay? So go into Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Get your labs on. Let us customize a plan for you to get you want to be. We are no longer accepting mediocrity. So take the first step. YourGoodwood.com.
Go to the website today, see what they can do for you. T-Bob laid out some, but there's so many different things they can help you out with. And if you've got something where you want to have that conversation, you can always call them. You can go see them. You can click and book that appointment online as well. Top right corner of the website, YourGoodwood.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Jerry and Benny Payne
began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 7.
No, he didn't. Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Wednesday, January 15th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 57. In hour 2 of today's show, Matt Flynn stops by the studio for a full hour of flustering. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, 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 yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Is this real?
What?
Well, you got to tell us what it is, and
I can't confirm nor deny.
we'll make a
'cause
decision
I don't know
here.
what it is.
Well, I mean, okay, so you kept seeing things like TikTok shutting down, right? Like memes and jokes and stuff like that.
Mr. Beast here?
And I kept Mr. Beast. What about Mr. Beast?
Oh, he's talking about getting some billionaires together and buying TikTok.
Oh, okay. Well,
Sorry.
that probably be. I would not put anything past Mr. Beast. It seems like it's really his world, and we're all just kind of living in it. Even my own wife turned on that Mr. Beast Amazon show the other day, and I'm like,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
like who Mr. Beast is?
I have like a general understanding of who Mr. Beast is, but I don't know.
I mean, we've got children too, and so like my
Well,
kid,
your boys definitely probably know all about
like
Mr.
Memphis,
Beast. Yeah,
like 8-year-old.
But whatever. He's like one of the most subscribed to YouTubers in the entire world, right? A lot of his stuff has always been like,
so wait,
I bought 100 cars and I gave them away. Well, okay, so whatever. There's been a ton of jokes about or stuff about TikTok shutting down, right?
Yeah.
But it kind of reminded me of when we made all the memes and jokes about Twitter shutting down. When Elon bought it originally and it was struggling to find its way, and it's like, oh no, it's not. Is this true? This is breaking. TikTok planning to shut down its U.S. app on Sunday. People who already have the app won't be able to use it per B&O. Has that gone official? Does anybody know?
Everybody acts like it is.
So they're ruling on the ban today.
I know my boys came in, and I don't know TikTok lingo or so y'all. They're like, hey, you got to save all of the videos that you want to be able to have because it's going away. So I guess you could still, Alondra, look at the videos that you have. There's just nothing new, or?
I think so. I'm not a TikToker either.
Oh, I thought you were. My bad.
No,
Taylor's
I
probably
TikTok,
our lead
but
TikTok representative.
I don't understand why so many people are so gung-ho on banning TikTok. Why?
I don't know either. I am just gonna speak with BS osmosis that I have gotten through. I don't know. I have no idea. It seems to be a lot of pushback because it's Chinese owned originally.
Okay,
is that right?
I have heard that, but my thing is like all these people are like, this is a Chinese company. We don't support it. Take your clothes and shoes off then, bro.
Okay.
I mean, the amount of things we use that are from China is incredible.
Yes, let's let our conspiracy theorists weigh in on this. Go ahead, Delandra.
So China is a big reason why people don't want TikTok.
China.
And like I agree, everybody's selling our data. It doesn't matter if you're on TikTok or not. But like the deeper one is that like China sends America like all these people doing stupid stuff
brain
on TikTok.
rot. I've heard this as well.
It's like you're sending Americans like stupid stuff, like the dancing, the like people doing pranks, just stupid stuff.
Yeah. And
then like in China, they're showing them like math problems and like how to solve issues.
So that
and
is
stuff
interesting though, because I got to post a TikTok bit for snaps and stuff, and they have a STEM tab.
Again, I would like to. I don't know. I don't TikTok. So
No, I know. What I'm saying is, I wonder if a response to that was them adding a tab that says STEM, like math and science.
Yeah.
And so you can click on that, and you can get all the educational stuff you want. It's like right there.
Yeah.
On the homepage. I don't really care either way. The majority of the talks that I see are through Twitter that people carry over,
or like reels.
Here's very funny. It is very funny though. That's crazy. I just think that's wild if that actually ends up.
Is they going to mess you up with snaps?
No. I mean, we're kind of doing the TikTok thing because we feel like we have to, but I don't know. At the end of the day, it's all about YouTube and trying to make that work.
I see the pushback in the chat of everybody like, sure, Taylor, those are Chinese products. They're not collecting your data. China can collect our data any way they want, guys, just like anybody else. We are perpetually online with everything.
Yeah.
TikTok, no TikTok, it literally makes no difference. That's what I'm saying. There's such a push to TikTok, you would kind of have to get rid of everything to prevent that problem.
Yeah. I mean, we've lost the data wars, to be fair. We have not lost our guy, Matt Flynn, because here he is. What up, Bob? What's up, Matt? How we doing today, brother?
Hey, guys. How are y'all?
Doing well.
Doing well.
Warm, head warm.
My core's
arms
warm.
How they feeling?
Bro, you look like like pretty strong. You kind of look like in that
it's a puffy vest.
Something about that beanie. It kind of looks like you could be like, now the vest isn't dock worker like, but if maybe you had a better jacket on you, I could see you being kind of like a rough and tumble dock worker sort, like somebody that Jason Statham would beat you up in a movie. But you'd look like intimidating before that.
Yeah, but like he'd think about it. He wouldn't just like roll through. He'd have to like look at you and be like,
you'd maybe take out like a couple of his boys, and then y'all would have like a one-on-one showdown, and you get a few shots in, but in the end,
they'd have him
you
like
catching
on a platform next to me that doesn't get shown in the movie.
Well, I mean, no, because we want you to look. No, we want you to look.
Short joke on Jason Statham.
It wasn't a joke. It was an observation.
Yeah.
How tall is he?
He's probably short.
He's
short fella?
He's probably 5'5".
Let's do a Jason Statham height check.
I'm guessing 5'6".
Hold on.
I think he is a short king.
Oh man.
5'10". Not
So
bad.
5'8".
Not bad for Hollywood. Not bad for Hollywood.
So probably 5'8".
So probably 5'8".
Yeah.
But either way,
I mean, I'm 6 foot in the program.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What are you, Matt? Like 6'4"?
No.
In the program?
Yeah.
I was always 6'2". I'm like 6'2".
Okay.
And some change.
I don't think we're gonna need a box because we want you to look bigger than him anyway. So
that's
true too.
That's good.
Maybe they give me a box.
Maybe.
Looks like the ultimate.
Yeah.
This is
I don't know that you're the ultimate boss. You're just like the guy before the boss.
Like real good Statham movie?
I mean, all of them are great.
Yeah, like the last one though. Like Amazing Losses.
Beekeeper was awesome.
I heard Beekeeper was good actually.
I rewatched Wrath of Man the other day. Came out in like 2020. Yeah. It was a really good one.
Yeah.
I got locked.
He's had some bangers.
I got locked into Megalodon the other day.
You would like that one though. Like that would be.
I mean, it's like
Discovery Channel documentary one.
Or
there's a Megalodon.
Yeah, I think there's like a couple of them.
It's called.
Is Jason Statham fighting?
I think it's Meg or something like that.
Fighting a giant The Meg movies.
Yeah.
Okay, but so he's fighting a giant Jurassic shark?
He's not like Roundhouse kicking them in the face.
What's he do? That's his skill set. How's he fighting the shark then?
You'd have to watch it.
No, I
mean,
don't.
you got to sit through 4 hours of commercial breaks and stuff too.
No, you can absolutely spoil the Meg, and I don't think anybody will care.
I think they would.
It's two Meg. Show a little respect. It's not just one.
What?
Yeah, there's two. There's a sequel.
No, I mean, there's two in the first movie.
Yeah, but there's also a sequel.
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh.
Come on, just tell me how he fights the sharks.
Favorite Jason Statham role?
This is crazy.
I like that one where he has like 24 hours to live.
Was it Crank?
Crank.
Yeah, no, he can't let his heartbeat go under a certain amount.
We saw that as a team.
We saw it as a team.
Yes, that was awesome.
It's like Speed, but with actual speed.
Yeah.
Like it has to keep his heart up.
Epinephrine, like right in the thigh out of the elevator. He just comes sprinting out. Great scene. Alondra, favorite Jason Statham role?
I can't name one off the top of my head.
Wow, that might be the most disappointed I've ever been in.
So this is all very perfectly timed because
hold up.
Oh, sorry.
Everybody's got to give an answer. Taylor?
So Jason Statham's my favorite actor for the obvious reason. His
That's
movies
the biggest
are
win
excellent.
you've ever had.
Obviously.
I'm gonna go a little bit different because it was the first thing I ever saw Jason Statham in. His supporting role in The Italian Job was excellent. As Handsome Rob.
That's mine.
Very good.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
Handsome
probably the
Rob,
answer.
and you are? I'm Becky. It's written on my shirt.
Okay, let me look around.
Look at some more
Handsome Rob might be the answer though.
Yeah, that's a good role.
I see. I hadn't seen The Beekeeper. I need to.
It's great.
The Mechanic is really good. Also,
the fact that you're having to look it up, T-Bob's kind of making me angry.
Well, I'm trying to remember because I always think about like Lock, Stock, and Snatch, but I was making sure that I wasn't pulling
Snatch is so good.
I was making sure that I wasn't pulling a stereotypical thing where I'm like, of course Jason Statham's in those movies. Yeah. But like, guys, I got to be honest.
The Bank Job.
I know about Jason Statham, and if you've seen one of these movies, you kind of seen a lot of them. But
be careful. Choose your next words wisely, bud.
Chill out.
What I'm saying is, I've seen Crank, I've seen Lock, Stock, I've seen Snatch.
Operation Fortune
Besides
just came out.
that, I've seen Italian Job
with Hugh Grant. It was really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't remember him. The best movie on here is Collateral. I don't remember him in that one.
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember. I haven't seen any of these other movies, though, to be honest.
Incredible.
Expendables 1, sure.
But it's not a Statham movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I mean probably. I just haven't seen many.
All of them are good.
But this is all appropriately timed because just a week ago, David Ayer, who is a director that had some big wins in the past, he did Fury, the tank movie, awesome movie.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
He also did Suicide Squad 1, but I don't blame him for that. Warner Brothers got overly involved.
Which
the
one?
first trailer for David Ayer's new Jason Statham action movie, written by Sylvester Stallone, dropped.
Oh, my God.
And do you know what it's called?
Don't Tempt Me with a Good Time?
A Working Man.
Yes.
Let's go.
And he's a construction foreman.
Yeah.
That appears to have some sort of special forces background.
Yep.
That will come into play.
Anybody.
This sounds good. So
Vanilla quote tweet, it says, Jason Statham has acted in 1 million variations of the same movie, and all of them are equally fire.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the point.
That's
you know what you're getting, and they're fun.
That tweet has 6 million views.
You do know what you're getting, and you're expecting it to be the same because you love it.
It's going to get rated like 12% on Rotten Tomatoes.
And then it's going to, I'm going to rate it like a 90.
Yeah.
It's going to be fire.
Right. That's right. All these is true. All these are true.
But yeah, you can catch Meg and Meg 2 on that sweet TBS movies.
Oh yeah,
where you just get locked in and you're in it for like 3 to 4 hours.
Is TBS still a channel?
So many commercials.
Of course it is.
Really?
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
You're fighting through the commercials.
You're fighting through them.
You're investing.
And it's like everybody's asleep and you're tired, but you're like every commercial break is a cliffhanger. You're like, wow.
Yeah, I agree.
See what happens with this Megalodon.
You know, I had a friend who had an interesting perspective on commercials when we were watching something together. And maybe it was on like Amazon. You know, Amazon started throwing commercials in or whatever. Kind of made me mad. It wasn't football.
Oh.
It was like Amazon, even just on, if you don't pay for the upgraded subscription tier now, you get commercials, right? And he was like, you know, I don't mind. Give us a second to maybe get up, use the bathroom, maybe go grab a drink. We could talk about what we've seen. This little break. I'm like, oh, that's a glass half full perspective. I can maybe like lean into that and try to be more accepting of it. But
I feel like that's literally everybody's perspective, right?
I mean,
use that time to go to the bathroom.
my temptation was immediately to just want to run and get my credit card and be like, F it, Amazon, you win. I'm going to upgrade so I don't have to watch this crap anymore.
Yeah. I guess so. I mean, we all kind of grew up in the commercial era. Our kids will never understand it. But
No.
It's like, commercial. Go get your water quick.
Yeah.
Go to the bathroom quick.
Also, though, we didn't
Hit
have the
mute.
ability to rewind,
I
right?
was
That's a key difference as well.
I was explaining to my boys, I was like, no, like, what show was it? It was like some, CSI or NCI, some one of those shows. And I was like, yeah. And if you wanted to watch it on Thursdays at 7:30, you had to be in front of the TVs Thursday at 7:30.
Yeah.
And if you didn't watch it, you missed it. You might catch the rerun 3 years later on TNT, but you're not going to see it. And they're like, no, that's not real.
Now, you need to be there. You need to be in front at like 7:29 because
you got to be
the preview is going to get go while the credits of the previous show.
That's true. They're going to catch you up.
They're going to split screen you.
Right. And they were like, that's wild. I'm like, no, that's just what we did.
I mean, how about the TV Guide channel?
Yeah.
Sitting there watching
there
that,
waiting
scrolling the list of channels trying to see what's going on.
Booklet.
Yeah. Yeah.
The TV Guide booklet before that happened. And then try to explain your kids FM radio right now.
Yeah.
Okay, relax. FM radio is still very relevant and very easy to use.
When it comes to music, it's like, no, Dad, like during Christmas, they're like, no, I want to hear this song. I'm like, well, this is the song that's on.
Yeah.
They're like, no, turn it. Change the song. And I'm like, no, this is what's on.
Yeah, yeah.
I listened to Shake It Off on repeat for 40 minutes straight driving back from school the other day.
Oof.
It's a lot of...
God bless you.
I will say this. I've probably heard it in the last 3 days 200 to 300 times, maybe no exaggeration. And it's not as old as it should be in my brain.
No,
like I'm still like, this is like, I can listen to this.
Wow.
They're having fun. Everybody's gonna have fun. Like it's a little
fun song. But double digits is too much in a day.
I agree. That's too much for anything.
Yep.
But I'm just saying it's not nearly as grating as it should be. Like a million other songs I listen to that much, I would want to tear my eyeballs out.
It is old. It is an old song, and it doesn't sound like it should be.
It just kind of rolls into itself too.
Yeah.
Like there's no real beginning or end to Shake It Off. You can play it on repeat, and it just feels like a really long song.
We're
It just
talking
never
Taylor
ends.
Swift, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great song.
Everybody's
Super
just like
happy.
dancing.
I remember listening to that on the way to
Tay-Tay?
practice in Green Bay. Like that was like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Like
you're old.
Us quarterbacks just jamming, and it was like 5 degrees.
We got real
Windows
into
rolled down.
You weren't on the bikes? I thought y'all took bikes to practice.
Training camp.
Oh, okay. Just training camp?
Yeah.
Just training camp where the fans came.
We got real into Miley Cyrus Party in the USA in the locker room back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Used to put that on after practice and go ham.
All right. I had a little Party in the USA phase,
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah, it was
Miley
more-
Cyrus, a lot of range.
Gosh, it is funny how a song will,
Great.
like one song in the locker room. It's funny, like you know, you're not expecting it. What's the Boys to Men song?
Well, right now it's the LeAngelo Ball song, right?
Yeah.
Isn't everybody obsessed with it?
Yeah.
He actually just signed a record deal with somebody.
Like $8 million.
Wait, isn't he-
Yeah, and he gets his own like recording label or something.
The basketball player?
Yeah.
Okay.
He made a very early 2000s sounding rap song, and it's hitting all the right nostalgic notes. Everybody's into it. It actually has a bit of a Louisiana feel, like Cash Money feel.
Water Runs Dry was the song I was trying to think about.
It's a good
Somebody
song.
played that in the locker room, and all of a sudden, like of all people, Philip came in thinking there's no way he knows Boys to Men, and he hit the "We don't even talk anymore."
I feel like
And
Philip
it was like,
is-
what?
I feel like you look at Philip, he would definitely know all the Boys to Men.
I don't know. See, it surprised me because he's like, George Strait.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm
Clint
surprised that he
Black
knew
and-
Waters
But
Run
that's
Dry.
like,
Yeah.
Because his last name is Rivers.
yeah, that's as wild as he gets, though.
Don't engage in that. Yeah. Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
And he thinks he was wild singing that song.
Oh, and that's what made it so funny. It's like, because Gates is like, oh, Philip thinks he's like R&B now because he knows Water Runs Dry. And so that season, that became kind of like a song that we would all kind of joke around. Like on the plane, if we won, somebody would stand up and hit the "We don't even talk anymore."
So it happened a couple times?
We never had a losing record by the time there, Bo.
Disrespect.
Not one time.
All right, when we get back, more flustering.
8-8 was the
Keep it
worst we
locked.
were.
Off the
500.
bench.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Remember, guys, it is now 2025. In case you forgot, dummy, wake up. Which means the 24s.
Oh, listeners, dummies?
Yeah, I am. It's called negging, okay? Treat them like dirt. They stick to you like mud. Luckily for you, that is
Actually
not
true.
how All-Star acts, okay? They treat you like kings and queens. And so you go into All-Star and let their staff guide you and your family to whatever answer you need. Maybe it's a brand new vehicle, Toyota certified used vehicle, whatever it is. A big old truck, minivan, sedan, it's all there at great prices, great people, great selection. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.
Go to the website today, see what you can buy new, see what you can lease, see what you can rent. Everything is always going to be available in all three of those processes. So if you're looking to rent and you need something bigger, you need something smaller, you need something better on gas mileage, whatever it is, they have got you covered. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Wait, this isn't Jell-O?
Did you tell me to come back with it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can find a clean version of it. Is
Is it not clean?
Oh, no. Literally.
I've only heard the one part.
Oh, yeah. Play series. Yeah.
I don't know. If I can find a clean version, I'll play it. But.
Okay.
Good luck.
What's the name of it?
Go ahead.
Tweakers.
Tweaker. Yeah, I didn't even know the name.
Tweakers, really?
I'm with T-Bob. I've only heard the one line.
A quite methy name for the song. Not what I would have done.
Great song, Alondra.
It is.
What are you two talking about over there?
Do we have hot mics?
No, you're all just chatting away the whole commercial break. What were you all talking about?
Just chopping it up.
We were talking about,
ball.
well, we started off talking about the
Flag
draft.
football?
No, NFL.
I know what you're
highest
talking
level.
about.
Tackle.
Both of y'all's teams getting their ass kicked in the first round of the NFL playoffs.
How'd your team do?
Didn't lose. So better than you.
Hey,
my team's about to be coached by Mike McCarthy and quarterback by Derek Carr. Okay, not to brag, pretty awesome.
Yeah, sure.
God.
Anyways,
Hey, Mike McCarthy's a hell of a
Killed
coach.
my vibe.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, he is.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
He's got the resume of Sean
Hey,
Payton.
what's really funny is like any Saints fan out there dogging Mike McCarthy. It's like, take a look in the mirror, bud.
I mean, okay, so you know
Y'all-
what?
yeah. y'all
You know
suck.
what?
Yeah.
We are actually going
Yeah.
to involve Matt Flynn in actual sports talk. A very
Well, I was
rare,
trying to- you asked what we were talking about. We were talking about
flestering
sports.
occurrence, okay? And here's your YouTube video for today. Which, by the way, guys, look, we have an OTB Saints YouTube channel, OTB LSU YouTube channel, and we now have podcast feeds for both, correct? And then we have a show podcast feed and OTB LSU and OTB Saints podcast feed. So a lot going on, but search for me if you want to check
And
it
I
out.
still don't get paid?
No.
Drinkmyhigh.com. Drinkmyhigh.com. I mean, we barely get
Drinkmyhigh.com. Oh, wait, yeah. What am I talking about? I was a Ram. My team did great. What am I talking about? That's right. That's right. I mean, I played for the Rams for, a summer
I was
and a
talking
few
about-
preseason games.
You-
So
technically, yes.
not to brag, but
Yeah.
my team's looking
It
pretty
counts.
damn good.
Yeah, I was talking about the Saints, and you knew I was talking about the Saints.
No,
so-
I forgot. I'm a Ram at heart. Always have been.
Well, if we count that,
you,
I mean,
you wore the helmet.
Yeah,
okay.
hell yeah.
All right.
I understand your pain, Jake.
So you're good.
I understand your pain. I can't take my kids to my former stomping grounds,
That's right.
Can't take them to the Edward Jones Dome anymore.
Yeah. Well,
Out there in
It still-
SoFi.
It actually still exists.
So my
that's
team
true.
is my
Yeah.
team.
The Q Nasty does not.
My team did great, Buffalo.
Okay, hold on though. We're getting distracted.
That's right.
We're getting distracted.
Any other teams still in the playoffs? Is that it?
Probably.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's true. You got a lot that you can choose from too. I
Yeah,
didn't think
it's
about
good. Yeah, it covers his bases.
that. So there does appear to be a new leader in the clubhouse for the next Saints head coach, and it is your former leader, Matthew, in Mike McCarthy. So of course, Jerry Jones a couple of days ago, after denying McCarthy the ability to interview with a couple teams, so a lot of people made a big thing about it. It doesn't really matter because now he can just interview, but. McCarthy wanted more years. Jones would have given the years. They could have come to an agreement. Jerry Jones and the Cowboys had to let Mike McCarthy go. According to Ross Jackson and a report on LouisianaSports.net, and really, this is kind of what Nick Underhill was intimating. It was kind of what he was hinting at last week, is that if McCarthy became available, he would likely be the Saints' top choice. Well, Ross is reporting there's a lot of chatter that Aaron Glenn actually likes the Jets job more than the Saints job. Makes sense with the pieces. And that McCarthy is now the Saints' favorite to become the next Saints head coach. And it's weird because it should be exciting, like Matt is saying, objectively just looking at the resume. It is the opposite of Dennis Allen's. And Dennis Allen, you hired one of the worst coaches of all time. Mike McCarthy has a career record of 174 and 112. That is a 608 win percentage. That is top 40 all time. That is 10th among the active coaches. Hell, even in the playoffs, he's 11 and 11. It is very hard to be 500 or better in the playoffs.
11 games in the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And 18 seasons.
So wait a minute. That means he coached 22 games in the playoffs.
Yes.
Okay, there you go, people.
In 18 seasons, he has 11 10-win seasons.
What are we even talking about?
Dennis Allen couldn't coach 22 in flag football.
But I want your opinion on McCarthy, Matt. But like after pointing out those numbers, it is kind of crazy though that most people would find the hire to be deeply unexciting, and I wonder why that is. Is it a familiarity thing? Is it maybe falling short in some of the biggest moments and him being blamed for like clock management and stuff? Is it the fact that we've seen it before? We've seen him for, I mean, I guess that's just familiarity. I'm just repeating myself. I can't exactly figure out why it is. Because you may say, oh, well, look how bad he was this year. Okay, but the 3 years before, they were the winningest team over 3 years in the regular season. The Cowboys were. Mm-hmm. So it's tough to exactly say.
He gets teams to the playoffs. Obviously, they didn't this year, but he gets teams to the playoffs. And the goal of any team is to get to the playoffs because in the NFL, anybody can win a game.
Yeah.
Anybody can win 2 games.
Once you get there,
you put your hat in the ring, you got a puncher's chance at winning it all. Now, he has fallen short. I mean, heartbreakingly, that my last season in Green Bay in 2014, we lost.
Was that the Seattle one?
Seattle game.
One of the most fascinating games I've ever seen. Seattle getting down big and then not going to the pass, continued to run the ball and kind of ran their way to a comeback, which blew my mind.
You got Marshawn?
Yeah.
That's your guy, too.
Yeah.
There's a fake onside kick somewhere in there?
No, there was an onside
or
kick.
There was an onside.
Oh, yeah.
That one of the guys on our team, backup tight end, was supposed to
not
supposed to touch the ball. He's supposed to just go hit.
This is Matt's deeper than the deepest.
Leave it to Jordy to just like catch and roll down. He decides the ball's coming at him.
Who was it? Man, I don't know. Because Raheem Moore was a safety and deeper than the deepest for me. Raheem Moore,
Bostic.
UCLA. I'll give his whole profile.
Brandon Boston.
I remember him. Barely.
Real super great guy. You know, obviously,
I'm not a bad person. Just what are you doing?
Yeah.
So heartbreaking losses.
It was probably the most heartbreaking loss of ever. Anyway, McCarthy has been to NFC Championship games, won a Super Bowl. I mean,
He's got Sean Payton's resume.
I guess they look at
but
it like
a little
Sean
bit better,
Payton.
actually.
Forever, you had one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and you only won one. That's what people say. And I think if any coach,
Sean Payton,
if any coach coaches for a really long time, people are just like, bah.
Yes.
Like, what's the next? Like,
I completely agree with that.
It's like what's happening with Tomlin right now.
No, it's like Who Wants to Make a Deal, the game show, right? It's like over there you see like something that's really awesome. It's great. And over here you just see like a box, but I know this is awesome. I know this is great, but what could be in that box?
Right.
There could be something awesome in that box. Now, it could be.
It's the Family Guy logic. Lois, the mystery box should be anything. It could even be a boat.
Yeah.
He shoots me the boat in the mystery box. He's like, the mystery box, the boat's a boat. Mystery box should be anything.
Yeah.
I don't watch Family Guy, but they're on the same wavelength as I am.
Yeah, it's the exact same
thing. It could be a
thing.
pile of rocks in the box. I don't know that, but it could be awesome. I think that's what it is with the Saints
That's
fans.
true. Yeah,
they
for
think
sure.
over there in that box, it's Ben Johnson, it's Joe Brady, it's Aaron Glenn, it's who. We don't know what that could end up being. Now, this is great. Like, we know we'll have fun with this, but maybe not as much fun with this over here. And I'm not saying that's the right logic, but I feel like that's where they're at.
Is an absolute pro. He's an absolute CEO, a leader, and he called plays forever when I was there. So an offensive minded guy. He was like quarterbacks coach when like Joe Montana and Steve Young were at the 49ers. So like he's got a quarterback.
He has legendary stories.
He's got like quarterback roots. Like his quarterback school is like legendary. That was in Green Bay that I went through for multiple years.
Yeah.
And
So what can he do with Derek Carr, do you think?
well,
How could it be Spencer Rattler?
How about as a GM, you hit a draft pick in the last half a
I agree. But I'm saying I
in
imagine
the first round.
I imagine McCarthy will
I think he could do a lot
probably
with-
roll with Derek Carr next season.
There's
Just
not
because.
a lot of difference between him and Dak, probably.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Taylor feels so
Taylor's
vindicated
like,
right now.
yeah.
But I mean, like,
no,
yeah,
I've been telling you.
McCarthy had a bad year, and they're talking about all this hot seat stuff. It's like he played with a backup quarterback all year.
And actually, at the end of the year, they were playing pretty well with Cooper Rush. Yeah.
And then like your star on defense is kind of like is a little distraction off the field for a couple, like for the middle of the season. I think there was some stuff going on with that in his podcast and stuff. But like he dealt with a lot. But like as soon as they start losing some games, he's on the hot seat because of why? Because Jerry Jones.
He's a Cowboys.
He's the Cowboys coach, and I get it. They couldn't come to an agreement. I mean, Jerry Jones doesn't want to sign a long-term deal with anybody.
Right.
He's like,
I mean, he might hire Deion Sanders.
yeah.
Like to kind of tell you like the difference between having a Mike McCarthy Super Bowl winning head coach and someone who's, won 9 games at the collegiate level.
Yeah, but good Lord, Saints fans, if you don't get excited about hiring Mike McCarthy, like I guess that's why you're a Saints fan. I don't know.
Taylor, at 7:15, I put in a Jono Barnes tweet. Have you all seen the new meme format of Lizzo without a shirt, and it's like empowering, and then it's Rick Ross without a shirt, and it's like, put a shirt on. Well, it's that, but be careful what window you're dragging in there. I don't know what you're just dragging in there. But it's that, but with McCarthy and Sean Payton's resumes.
Yeah, it's
they are. In fact, look at it right there. So my eyes are bad, but can you all read the records at the bottom for the listening audience here?
Yeah, so Payton
Taylor, you got
170 and 105, McCarthy 174 and 112. NFC Championship games, McCarthy 4, Payton 3. Super Bowls, 1 apiece. NFL seasons, McCarthy 18, Payton 17.
So, and, Saints fans pine over Sean Payton. And honestly, it seems to have worked out for Denver.
Yeah.
Getting Sean Payton.
They're in the playoffs. Bo Nix looked awesome. I know it didn't end well, but still, that team's got more cap space than anybody in the NFL. One of only 4 teams to ever make the postseason as a team that had the least amount of salary on their roster.
I don't know, man. Matt, you're kind of getting me a little excited about Mike McCarthy.
I'll be really honest with you, too. Derek Carr's shown a lot of, really good flashes, and I think he'll do actually really well in the Mike McCarthy offense. Yeah. It gives him the best chance. Mike McCarthy's offense is great. It's like it's like an old school.
Does he run a fullback?
It's got an old school West Coast foundation to it. But with a lot of new school principles and concepts that were developed with.
Who's his? Do you know whose mentor is? Or
he's with the Niners.
That's where it came from.
What's his name?
The
Joe
Godfather.
Walsh.
Yeah, Joe Walsh. No, not
Bill
Joe
Walsh.
Bill Walsh. Joe Walsh. Who's Joe Walsh?
Bill Walsh.
Bill Walsh.
Isn't
Joe
that the
Walsh sounds like
Eagles?
a real name.
So it came from
is that the Eagles? Yeah.
We're
Bill
talking
Walsh.
Tom Rathman at fullback, those West Coast offenses.
We carried 2 fullbacks.
You did, I know.
For multiple years when I was there.
Yeah, John Kuhn was awesome.
Wait, so what are we seeing?
Flynn.
So would he keep Clint Kubiak, do you think, or would he bring in his own OC? How does that work?
He would be.
How does his relationship with OCs work when he is an offensive mind himself?
It's really hard as an especially an offensive play calling head coach. I can't even remember I don't think Mike called in Dallas. But anyway, offensive minded.
So the last 2 years, when Kellen Moore was there, he did not. But when Moore moved on, he did. And we were honestly better with McCarthy as a play caller.
Yeah. Mike McCarthy was, I think when I left Green Bay, I think McCarthy gave up his play calling duties for a year and a half. And I say a half because he took him back halfway through
That's
the year.
kind of what happened here. They moved on from Kellen.
It's kind of hard as an offensive coach like that to keep an offensive coordinator that doesn't have the same background terminology. I mean, if he's Kubiak, I don't even know what he is. If he's a numbers guy,
he's from a West Coast tree, but maybe not.
It might fit great.
I still can't believe it worked with us in 2007. We're going from Jimbo's offense to Gary Croton, and Gary credit to him, he tried to learn the terminology of Jimbo and his offense and do some things, but every once in a while he would go back to what Gary Croton knew, and he loved to run out of shotgun. I'm like, if Gary calls one more shotgun run, I swear to God, I'm going to just go back and dot the I and tell Flynn to get under center.
Yeah. And now shotgun run is all that exists.
And I hate it. As a running back,
zone read is all that exists.
Hate it.
It's the worst.
Hey, let me get my shoulders going to the sideline, and then let me try to put my foot in the ground and read this tackle.
Well, Matt, you've excited me.
You should be.
In a dark time for New Orleans Saints fan, our guy, the Mile High Man himself, Matt Flynn, we were sitting here wandering the desert, dehydrated, thirsty for any positivity, and like a beautiful, muscled up ray of sunshine, you have broken through the clouds and given me a bit of hope. Maybe McCarthy. Well, I think objectively he is the best choice. Now I kind of believe it. I kind of probably also already believed it before, but it's the mystery box thing. But yeah, man, this is exciting. Maybe this ends up being really good for the New Orleans Saints. Only time will tell. But if you're not excited about Mike McCarthy, I guarantee you will not find a better reason to be excited than what Matt just laid out for you right now.
I don't know. I'm still trying to think of your villain name in the Jason Statham movie, to be honest with you.
He doesn't get a name.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Goon number one.
What kind of accent do I have?
I don't know.
Number one.
Eastern
like
European.
a Peaky Blinders. Oh wait,
I
actually,
was thinking Russian, something like that.
Eastern European.
But
how many Russians has Jason Statham beat up?
A lot. But if he's the guy before the guy, he gets a name. Now it's not a last name, but he gets a first name.
It could also be a nickname.
Or a nickname.
No, no. You guys, Matt's role is not that big.
I think it is.
It's like
That's
Indiana
messed up.
Jones. You know when old guy has
really
like,
messed up.
you know when old
But
guy has like the
he's also
swords
not
in
his
Indiana
QB.
Jones,
Yeah,
like
and he
shoots him.
I could.
It doesn't have to be big in an action movie to have a name as a villain. Though. Like you don't actually even have to. They could mention your name throughout the movie. Like you don't even have to be in it that much.
I don't see him as a villain. I just see him as a main goon in a fight scene.
I probably don't even have a line. I have like
No.
I have either a
You
couple
grunt.
of grunts or like a couple
Look,
of
okay,
nods.
I'll say you're
Like-
better than the guy that gets shot in Indiana Jones. You're the giant guy that he fights on the plane and then he
Right.
feeds into the propeller.
Yeah.
That's a good role.
What about like a
Be happy with what you have.
bouncer to like the back room at like a
Yeah.
gentleman's
Sure,
club?
but that's going
or
to be a smaller
casino
role.
or
That's
something.
going to be a smaller role. Bouncers don't last
But
that
they
long.
always get into the fight.
You'll get a couple hits off.
And
They
you'll
always
get a
get in
line
the
or
fight.
two.
But I was offering you more.
The bouncer is usually like the last guy in the fight before they get to the
I was
guy
offering
they're
you
looking
more.
for.
So he
Yeah.
wants to bury you in this movie, and you're also not his QB1.
It's not true. I'm not bearing you. I offered you a bigger role than what you just came up for
Wow.
That's
yourself.
a good point.
He
Not
is
true.
hiding
I don't know
that
what
light
he
under a
has.
bushel.
Not
Yeah.
true.
No, you didn't
I
want
don't know
to
what
You've
he
got a
has
name.
against
Not
you.
true.
Goon number one.
Yeah, you didn't even give him a name.
Number one.
Did you not tap his
Yeah.
balls right in 07? Is that
What?
what it is?
Oh, what happened, dude?
I mean,
Taylor, you're not even getting in the credits. You're going uncredited.
Exactly.
Okay?
No, I
He
said
act
he.
like
No,
he-
I said he could have a name. It would even be a nickname, and you're like, he's not in the movie enough. And then that's when I said, well, they could mention his name throughout the movie as a bad guy. He didn't have to be in it that much.
Yeah.
He gets a
you know
name.
what? Like, I don't even think Matt needs to be a bad guy. Honestly, I'm thinking like Roadhouse. Like he would have been next to Patrick Swayze. Like he would have
Yeah.
been the good guy bouncer when the goons try to come into the Roadhouse. Maybe he's in there with Patrick Swayze
Glazing.
side by
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Glazing.
You know,
Like,
honestly, that's what
everywhere.
I think. He
With
did.
the
I like
nod.
that.
Right.
I
There's
like that
more
idea.
glaze in this segment than a Bonnie Blue video. Get out of here. We're going to break. We'll be back with more OTB next.
It's a Bonnie Blue video.
Off the bench.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to Six Rings.
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench.
To this.
And I heard that she wanna show me who she be. I'm kinda with it. Show me some more.
Welcome back to OTB. Whoa. Oh. I mean, this really does sound like some early 2000s Master P.
It ain't bad.
Cash Money.
I was expecting it to be worse.
This clean version's not what's up, though.
Well, no, because it sounds like it's skipping at that times.
Why is it like cut so bad when they're?
I guess because it's a new song.
It's probably not
and,
an official clean version that they've actually edited up in the studio.
You don't have to mute everything.
There's somebody muting it, maybe themselves.
Kind of sounds like DMX a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. It says that you got to get to the hook. Y'all missed the beginning.
Yeah, y'all missed the good part.
Sorry.
I don't know if he's going to do it.
We were
again.
talking protection.
I've never actually listened to the entire song. It's got to be right here, though. Yeah, here it is. Ooh. Who'd have guessed? Jello.
Good for him.
I would have because I watched the show. Remember?
What,
I was
hanging
telling
with the
y'all?
balls?
Yeah.
Ball in the court?
No, I think it's ball in the family.
I don't know. I made it up. I have no idea. I just tried to take a guess. I tried to take
Hanging
a guess
balls.
at what the Ball Family reality show would have been named.
I think it was
Bob's like,
ball in
balls
the
are hanging. That's it.
How's their shoe line doing?
Big Baller Brand.
Wait, I forgot about
I don't think it's a thing
I
anymore.
believe it's non-existent.
Wait,
I
what was
believe-
the question?
So they're
Big
collector's
Baller
items.
Brand.
I believe that Lonzo said that he believes the shoes were the reason why he had so many injuries.
Ooh.
Who said that? Lonzo?
Lonzo did, yeah.
Oh, no.
He believes that's why his gate kind of got off so bad. Yeah.
I mean,
they
you
got
know,
new releases.
turns
Got a bad
out
gate.
as
we talk-
much as Nike,
Jetpack loves talking gates.
as much as Nike and the shoe companies are about aesthetics, they also have millions upon millions of dollars put into the science and evolution of shoes. So that does not surprise me if he actually did end up saying that.
Yeah. I still run in Nike Freeze from 2009.
Oh, those were the stuff.
Like literally my
back in the
Charger
day.
team Nike Free shoes are the ones I love to run in still.
When y'all were in elementary school, were y'all big in the like the Sambas and Gazelles?
The
You remember these?
Flyknits were. Wait.
No,
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sambas are back
Or
in.
Sacconis,
Sambas
however
are
you want to
back
say it.
in.
I
Wait,
would
which
say
one right now?
Sacconis.
They were
what are
just
they
like
called?
Yes,
Someone right
Sacconis. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what are they called?
Because I'm going to the gym later,
There
and I didn't feel like
Sambas
bringing an extra pair of
or-
shoes.
or
So
Gazelle.
I honestly did not know that Saucony was still a brand.
yeah, no, I work. I literally bring them to the gym, and I was
Never
like, well, I'm
heard of
going
them.
later. I didn't feel like bringing an extra pair of
That was a
shoes.
Shreveport Evangel thing?
I guess so. Tyler,
yeah,
Texas.
Sambas
We
are
were
back.
Sambas, Gazelles, and
Never
then
heard
with
of
like the No Fear and Massimo.
Oh,
shirts.
now we were, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Bases
Umbros,
loaded, full
Umbro
count,
shorts.
down by 3. No
Sight for
fear.
sore eyes, blurry vid.
Etnies. Skater shoes. That's what I used to wear all the time. So here it is. Playoff appearances in their seasons. Mike McCarthy, 12 out of 18. Mike Tomlin, 12 out of 18. Sean Payton, 10 out of 17. Division titles, McCarthy, 8. Tomlin and Payton, 7. Playoff win-loss record, McCarthy, 11-11. Payton, 9-9. Tomlin, 8-11. Guys, I think I'm firmly on the Mike McCarthy train. Thanks,
you.
Tay-Tay. Thanks for giving him up there, you bum.
I
Way to go, dude.
I didn't want to give him up.
Way to go, dude. All right, wrap it up, Flestream, when we get back.
Off the bench.
Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. Gordon McCurdy and Andrew Turney's there for you when you need them. You get in an accident. That sucks. Okay, you are now battling a Goliath in that insurance company, okay? So find your David. Find somebody who's going to stick up for you, right? They're going to stick that legal argument in the sling and throw it right down the insurance company's foreheads. Get you what you deserve. 225-888-8888. Get real results from Gordon McCurdy and Andrew Turney's Get Gordon. Get it done.
Go to the website, getgordon.com, where you can do it all. You can get a question answered right now on the website with the chat agent. It's going to pop up as soon as you log on to the site. You can always see what they're doing in your local community throughout the state of Louisiana. At Get Gordon's always going to be the handle on all major social media. And then you always know whatever your area code is in Louisiana, follow that by 888-8888. That's Get Gordon and get it done.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at
Those crazy nights I do remember in my youth.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. DrinkMyHigh.com, guys. DrinkMyHigh.com. You need to stay hydrated during this winter season. The freeze is coming, but your body needs water just like it does when it's hot outside, guys. So make your water a little more effective with MyHigh. Get some of those MyHigh popsicles, great treats that trick your kids into staying hydrated. Elite in the summertime. But again, you got to hydrate now, too.
Island Ice Zero right now.
Oh, Island Ice Zero's coming out?
Oh, it's already out, bud.
Let's go.
But you have to get it online.
Oh.
It's online exclusive.
I still buy it at the stores mainly now. But you do have a subscription service. You can go check out. If you go to drinkmyhigh.com, you can check out now. Go buy it online. I'll have to do that.
The Island Ice is elite, guys.
Also, you don't get to hit me with the wow. I heard you.
What do you mean?
Wow. For not knowing Island Ice Zero's out.
No, I meant wow because he didn't bring us any.
Okay, making sure. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I take it back.
Y'all want some?
Take it back.
I'll get you. I thought y'all had some.
No.
All right.
I do have some at home, not that flavor though.
Oh, that's good.
I get the blue one.
Blue one's good.
Yeah, the zero.
Yeah.
Like the orange.
I'm basic. Fruit punch is my favorite.
It's great.
I mean, I like anything fruit punch.
I got to have them all. So I find myself in the mood for a different one at any given time.
Matt,
But
would you recommend
blue, orange,
mixing and
yellow,
matching?
I was
red
going to say,
is
I've
the
never
rotation.
mixed them all together.
Because
Remember that?
The
They
old
call that
Coke machine, the old
suicide.
suicide, and the Coke machine.
I'm out of the orange, but like, let's say hypothetically, I have fruit punch and orange. Should I half?
Yeah, I like
and
that.
Sprite.
Let's do that.
You're crazy.
Let's figure out what your best combo is. Maybe we'll make a
little mixology.
Maybe we'll make like a little limited time release of a mix.
God.
Ooh, yeah.
I love a
It's fun.
Shirley Temple. You know? My kids had him last night. And
a
I
cherry
drank some.
limeade one would be lit.
Cherry limeade. Yeah. All right.
Limeade,
Suggestions.
overrated.
Maybe we'll leave it
No.
to OTB listeners to vote on a new flavor.
There you go.
Oh, we could do like a whole little thing.
Yeah, we can do a little thingy. How fun would that be?
think
Can
it'd
you
be
do a
so much
sesame
fun.
seed chicken flavor?
I've been trying to
Ooh, I had some of that yesterday.
sesame seed chicken.
Why are you the way you are sometimes?
Because I love Chinese food.
I know you
I'm
do. but
addicted
that's,
to it.
It's like the boudin vending machine. That's
Oh,
We
never
could
gonna
we
work.
could be
Boudin
like
flavor? Good call, Jake.
we
That's
could be
good.
like
That's the other one.
the we could be like the jelly bean of drinks. Just make
Ooh,
it
Jelly Belly.
the
Jelly
nasty
Belly.
Jelly
ones?
Belly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Like the diaper
Bernie
one.
Bott's Matthew Flynn's every flavored hydration.
Mm-hmm.
There you
You
go.
never know what you're gonna. Just white labels.
I don't
George
love this.
swears he got a bogey flavored one once.
Like if I get a popcorn jelly bean,
Earwax.
Licorice.
Have you ever
was
had
good
a
for me.
puke flavored Jelly Belly? It's awful.
No.
Yeah.
I've
We did like the one where you have to
Bean Boozled.
Bam-
Yeah, Bean
Bean
Boozled.
Boozled,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bean boozled.
Still amazed how Jelly Belly can make Dr. Pepper taste like their flavored one. I mean, they taste like what they taste like what they say they do.
Good at what they do. Good food scientists.
So people at MyHigh.
DrinkMyHigh.com.
DrinkMyHigh.com. Let's read the books. We're
Drink
back
my
with more.
high. Hydrated, my high.
Off the bench. Coming up.
MYHY.
We got Bobby Carpenter, Ohio State's greatest, the general, coming up next here on
Bobby
OTB.
said hi.
Off the bench.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Broadcasters and this station.
If you're tired of erosion and mud and want your lawn looking its best, winter is the easiest time to lay grass sod. Let Quality Sod help you select the perfect grass for your lawn. For winter sale prices, call 610-4842 or QualitySod.com.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Wednesday, January 15th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 57. In hour 3 of today's show, Bobby Carpenter hops on the show at 9 a.m. to preview the national championship between Ohio State and Notre Dame. And we'll close the show out with Ask the Bench. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Dude, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
What happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Are you down with OTB? Yes, you know me. And there's one other guy that is also down, and that's Bobby C. That's right, the general himself, professor of finance, host of the Bobby Carpenter Show. Actually called the Bobby Carpenter Show. I should have looked this up again before I apologize, Bobby. Bobby, what's up, brother? What's going on? Also, says a little Meathead Radio with Jakey Wakey on Sirius XM 84. Bobby, what's up, man?
Oh, just you, T-Bob. I mean, excited. One thing you forgot in there, maybe smelter, forger of the Rings of Men. I don't know.
Yes, I forgot. Sorry, I meant Bobby Celebrimbor is what I meant to say. I apologize, as his last name is never been Carpenter. That's just a secret last name to cover up his ancient, immortal elven heritage. I mean, looking at the picture that we have of you here, Bobby, which is you in a Dallas Cowboys uniform with extremely long hair, you do actually look rather elf-like. If you had a bit pointier ears, I could see
Legolas.
you being elven, like a jacked elf, but an elf nonetheless. I could see you in the Battle of Helm's Deep.
I mean, T-Bob, the elves of the first and second age, I think, were much more endowed muscularly, more physical,
very true,
broader beasts.
Very true.
So, and I really can't grow a beard, so I think there is a little elven status.
True.
to it.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Noted lack of facial hair in the elves, and you are right. Right. The old elves of the first age, like Feanor and company, used to do battle with Balrogs, like 1v1, and you look like someone in this picture who could battle a Balrog 1v1.
Since we're on movie takes with Bob, I think that we need to bring something that we had earlier on the show to Bob, because I think he would have a great answer. The best Jason Statham character, sir.
Oh,
our movie.
Gosh, I mean, pretty good in like the Fast and Furious stuff like that. You're solid in that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen The Beekeeper yet. I got to be honest, man. My catalog on Statham isn't as broad as I would like it to be.
Me too.
I'm trying to think what else he's been in, because I know I've seen more of them. They're just not readily available in my mind.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's
Bobby,
I actually looked it up too, because they're all kind of the same.
A card-carrying member of Meathead Nation and not have the Jason Statham catalog freshly on your brain.
As Bobby Celebrimbori's representation, he absolutely can. He dropped a Beekeeper reference. He mentioned Fast and Furious, in which Statham was a huge addition when those movies started to take off in terms of being absurd action movies. My client is well within his rights.
Bob, you
to
can write.
be a meathead.
You can write this
He
wrong
knew enough.
later on in the afternoon.
He knew enough. He knew enough. Bobby, you have no wrongs to right. Do not worry. Okay, you are fine. Don't say anything.
Thank you.
Now, as far as the Buckeyes go, I mean, Bobby, how about it, dude? What a difference a month and a half can make. Describe your emotions, Buckeye Nation's emotions. Describe the journey you've been on since leaving the field post-Michigan to now where we sit half a week away from 60 minutes to a national championship.
Yeah, walking off the field against Michigan was tough. And I was on the call on that with our Learfield partners. And it was I was excited. It's the first game I got a chance to do, and I was like, if we win, it's going to be tremendous. If we lose, it's going to be devastating. And that loss was brutal. And sometimes a loss, as you hate to say it, and people ask, like, is this the reason why they're good? I don't know if you had to lose, but sometimes it's often easier to learn out of the pits of despair, because it forces you to really take an intrinsic look at everything that's going on inside, internally. Like, look in the mirror. Okay, we're good. Why did we lose this game? What do we need to do? And then also the feeling of desperation. Football's an emotional game, and anytime you can have that feeling of desperation, knowing that this is your last chance to achieve anything of note, I think it's incredibly important. And you've heard these guys talk about how much they love each other and get a chance to play another week and win for all this stuff. It's been phenomenal watching them grow with this confidence and really still keep that edge and keep the sword as sharp as it's been.
Bobby, who was the guy, like, you lose to Michigan, right? And we know how heartbreaking that is. And maybe actually we don't. Maybe T-Bob and I don't fully understand, because we played at a place that doesn't have a rival like that. Now, we have our own rivals and who we think it is for LSU, but everybody at Ohio State knows it's Michigan. Michigan knows it's Ohio State. I mean, that goes back basically like 100 years. And so you lose that game, it's devastating. But you're able to regroup, you're able to get into the playoff, and then you thrive as well as anybody in the playoff. Like, what was kind of the message? Who was saying the message as far as, teammates and players? Who was out in front of it to make sure that didn't turn into a disappointing playoff appearance?
Oh, I think the guy you saw make some huge plays against Michigan and also against Texas and Jack Sawyer. And, he was the guy out in the middle of the field. And as much as, you hate to see, the stuff happen in the post game, there is something about, respecting your field and not allowing your opposition to desecrate it. And I get the point, like, hey, do it between the lines, do it between the whistles. But Jack Sawyer's really been on a tear. He's been one of the vocal leaders, with this. He's been there. He's a Central Ohio guy, which I think is critically important to that. But it's really collectively been a lot of those seniors together, and they had to dread it, I guess. I think there was a players-only meeting is what was reported, and then I think there was a report with part of the coaches. Some of the coaches were in there before. And people are saying, oh, it was heated, there was fights and stuff. I'm like, well, guys had to be restrained. I don't think there was anything of that, but I think there was some brutal honesty going on about, hey, as players, what do we need to do? As coaches, what do we need to do? How can we get better? And, from that point, that was kind of a galvanization point where that crucible finally got hot enough that you saw them all come together.
And look at what it has forged them into. Kind of the runaway favorite for this national championship. Bobby, speaking of Jack Sawyer, the play that he made, he made it on third down too, but that fourth down pass rush, to just completely perfectly time Houdini, the right tackle, nearly caused him to fall over, strip sack, force fumble, take it all the way back, beat Texas to go to the national championship, a game which will be favored. Where does that rank among the all-time great Ohio State plays? Now, obviously, for it to achieve max rank potential, a championship has to be won here at the end. But if one is, like, where is that a top 5 play in program history? Is that a top 10 play? Where are we putting it?
Well, you said it right there, T-Bob. You win the national championship, and that game goes down in history like Zeke's run, like Maurice Claret's, strip of Sean Taylor. Some of these, I would say, Keith Byers, the shoeless run back in like 84 or 85, but all like some of these iconic plays. But the only way you remember those and the story is told appropriately is if the story is ended correctly. And that's with the national championship. And you could argue the play he had against Michigan. A goal line stand where you intercept it as a defensive end in the end zone, run it out to like the 13, 14-yard line, but you don't win the game. So, it's never really given the respect that it deserves. So they've got to win that. But it is top 5 and maybe the greatest for sure.
Now you look at this matchup, a team very well, Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman, your, teammate at Ohio State. He's, somebody
crazy.
that thrived for the Buckeyes. He played in a national championship against T-Bob and I in 2007. He is Buckeye through and through, and now he's coaching against his school in a national championship game. But I know you and I both appreciate kind of the way that he's gone about building this program. It's going to be, it feels like a beautiful rock fight in this game. Like, I would not take the over. I feel like this is going to be defense, running the football, one play here, one play there, just because I think a lot of both of these defenses, Bobby.
Oh, both of the defenses, they're two of the top in college football. You look at the Final Four, the semifinal, all 4 of those teams had top flight, top 5, 6, 7 defenses. It was really kind of a year of the defense, especially with no quarterbacks on elite teams that really separated themselves. So, yes, I'm with you. I think this game is going to reside highest potential score, probably 27 for a team, probably more 21 to 24 with the teams on the other side. And, it's just tough. I love Marcus. He's a former teammate of mine. And we had Jim Tressel on, our former coach, and he coaches a lot like Tress, defense, special teams, opportunistic offense. And I guess the closest I could throw to you guys, imagine if Flynn was coaching, at Clemson in that national championship game where you're going to play him, and it's your guy, you love him. I want Marcus to win every game, just not on Monday night.
Flynn actually just left us, by the way, like a minute ago, and he said, "Tell Bobby I said hello." So there you go, great analogy.
Nice.
What about, so it feels like Ohio State can win this game in multiple different ways. For Notre Dame, the path feels much narrower. So put on your opponent scouting hat here, Bobby, and if Notre Dame is to pull off the upset, what do you think that pathway looks like?
Defensively for Notre Dame, it's no big plays. You got to get some pressure on Will Howard. They're stacked for the first time against Texas this playoff, so you got to get a little pressure. Hopefully force a turnover or two. They were able to overcome some early turnovers against Penn State, but I don't know if I would bank on that. You need to be positive in the turnover margin. And then on the opposite side of the ball, you've got to do a hell of a job staying in third and manageable, and you're going to have a big hitter or two, and whether that's play action pass, a flea flicker, a reverse. We've seen some not crazy gadget, but some little stuff that's small tricks in there that they've been able to kind of get explosive gains with, because this Ohio State defense, just like Notre Dame, it's really hard to drive the football on them. over the course of 10 or 12 plays. So you need to get a 15 to 30-yard chunk at some point in there.
All right, Bob, last one for me. And I think T-Bob actually has a serious question after this, but I need you to do something for me. If Ohio State wins, I need you to go like John Cusack, and I need you to bring a stereo out. And after they win, I need you to play the Generation X theme music. And I need Ryan Day to get up there on a microphone and say, I got 2 words for you. And then both of you hit the suck it sign. Can we get that done?
I don't know if Day could pull it off.
Can we get that done, though?
Pull it off.
The theatrics of that would be phenomenal. I don't know if that's really Ryan's cup of tea. I mean, there's some coaches you might be able to get to lean in on that.
I can think of a
you
couple.
might be able to get Lane Kiffin might do that for you.
Eli Drinkwitz would do
it. Drink would probably do it, but I think Ryan, should Ohio State win this, and I'm hoping that they do, I think there'll be a lot of relief and then a lot of joy with his players after going through this season the way it went, and then even the last 4 years of what happened against Michigan.
Yeah, no gold pants, but could end up with a natty. Kind of insane for the seniors on this team. Bobby, when it comes to stopping Ohio State's offense, does it, like, if I kind of look at the team outside looking in, it's one of those deals where I think I would first and foremost prioritize, maybe crib some things from Texas, though, again, a lot of that's personnel that it says. But first and foremost, I feel like you got to shut down Jeremiah Smith, and then I'm throwing everything into the pass, and I'm going to make you beat me with a consistent rushing attack. And Ohio State's capable of doing so, but is that, like, it feels like the lesser of two evils outside looking in. What do you think is the key to trying to contain a Buckeyes offense that appears to be the most complete unit in the entire country?
Yeah, I think Texas did a pretty good job of it. And you look at their game plan, they ran a lot of 3 deep, halo coverage over the top, some palms, and tried to make sure they didn't give up the big hit, running guys under Jeremiah. And, give them credit. They were able to slow that down. Ohio State scores, 21 points with it. They were driving one other time. They had Will throws the interception. They're driving another time.
Yeah, it's some penalties that killed some stuff, too.
Penalties, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. You've got to try to have them beat themselves. See if they're patient enough to do it, and over the course of a drive, if they're going to make some mistakes, and whether that's turnovers or penalties, those are the 2 options.
There you go, guys. I can't wait. Bobby, can you taste it? Can you taste it a little bit, dude? Are you a little nervous? How are we feeling? You a little nervous?
I don't get nervous, man. I get excited for these games. I'm still on the brink of exhaustion, trying to recover from getting back. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, man, they're gonna have to do something because the 3 road sites is tough.
I know.
It's ridiculous. Sites is tough. To ask people to travel, it is a financial burden.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. So I hope they get that figured out. And that way, if you're one of the top 4, you get a home game as well, which I think there's a huge advantage to that.
How many beers if they win Monday night? How many beers are we talking?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I got a call that I'm going to line up here. I've got a meeting and then my YouTube show. And American, I had a nice 10:30 direct flight from Atlanta to Columbus that they had put in after the game. Got a notification this morning that flight was changed to 5:37, and it's got a layover in D.C. now. So I didn't pay for that service, so we're going to have a conversation about how this is going to get remedied.
I mean, Bob, if y'all win,
That's a disappointing answer. How about you drink some beers, you freaking wuss?
Bob, I'm going to be throwing you beers like you're stone cold if y'all win.
What are we talking about, dude? Drink some freaking beers, Bobby.
I was hoping to go roll in. I'm still going to do my post game, my show in the morning the next day at 6, and now I can't do that. And you're telling me I got to be at the airport at 4 o'clock. Believe me, I'm kind of upset about this. So we're going to get this figured out. But yeah, nothing will stop me from a good time should the Buckeyes win.
Hell yeah! Best of luck, our guy, a true Renaissance man in every sense of the word, an academic, an athlete, a warrior scholar, if you will. Stakes. Bobby Carpenter. Take it easy, Bobby.
I'll talk to you later, Bob.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Sirius XM 84. Catch him and Jake there. How often do you and Bobby do it together now?
Every Wednesday.
That's Meathead Radio.
Yeah, it's true. Meathead Wednesday.
Used to be Friday.
Little 3-man weave. Me, him, and EJ. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. When we get back, we got a Tay-Tay NFL story of the day. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge is right there on Airline and Goodwood. And if you need a service center, collision center, anything like that, car needs a little checkup, bring it into All-Star. All makes and models are welcome. Does not have to be Toyota, does not have to be All-Star, and you still get everything that All-Star offers, like free professional estimates, excellent lines of communication. They can be texting or calling, whatever you're comfortable with. Just know there's always a human on the other side who is immediately responding to you. No big decisions are made without you giving the go-ahead. We also have a shuttle service right there on site for you. We have rental cars. If it's a big fix and needs a couple of days, shout out Miss Lee Sessions. She's going to get you right. Either way, All-Star is going to get you right. Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Go to the website today and see what you can buy new, see what you can lease, and see what you can rent. The best part about it, all three of those processes, everything is available. So if they offer it over at All-Star, you can get it new, leasing, and renting. allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Guard Rocco Spindler's hurt. And then, of course, last game in the semifinal, right at the beginning of the game, despite the fact they got Abdul Carter lining up on the other side of them, their starting left tackle, Anthony Knapp, gets hurt. He's out for the national championship. Spindler will be back for whatever that's worth. So Jagusa probably gets back in that original left tackle position. Oh, yeah, also Riley Mills, their defensive tackle that led the team in sacks and tipples with 7.5 and 8.5. He got hurt against Indiana. He's done for the year. Jeremiah Love got hurt against Indiana. He's playing through it. Mitch Jeter, their kicker, was injured all year long. Yeah. He finished 1 of 5 in the final 5 regular season games. It is insane, the amount of injuries they've overcome. And so it's just a bit, maybe it's appropriate, even though you could say it's unfair, but it's a bit appropriate than with how their year has gone. Then now they run into a Ohio State team that is basically at full strength. Caleb Downs, Sawyer.
I'm about to say
Smith,
they got all the stars,
Igbuka,
both running backs,
Judkins,
tight
Henderson,
ends.
Howard, everybody.
It's a great point. Notre Dame, and there's teams like this every year in college, in the NFL, well, really all sports, but that they just find a way. You can't define it. You can't explain it. You can't pinpoint one reason or another. You can't make the math work. The math ain't mathing sometimes.
No.
And that's what Notre Dame is.
True.
They just continue to find a way. Even when their quarterback throws for 90 yards against Georgia, they win the football game.
Handily.
When they're getting handled up front against Penn State in the first half, Penn State is getting to the edge whenever they want. They find a way to win that game. There's so many different games that we could point to outside of the Northern Illinois game. And teams like this, the ones that we can't really explain why they're doing what they're doing, they typically have like one of those games that makes everything kind of change for them. And it was early in the season against Northern Illinois for this team. So they've got injuries. They've got deficiencies. They've got, a lot of what you don't want to have in this position, but they're here in this position, and they're going to have a chance. And if this team wins, nobody should be shocked.
Yeah, I agree. Even though it does feel a bit as if this would still somehow be shocking. But I guess it's because I haven't been shocked by any of the recent wins. I chose them to win the other games, but this one feels a step too far to outright choose them.
No, look, I'm not. And even though like Texas and Notre Dame were the two teams that I kind of wanted to identify, I thought they really had a chance to win the national championship. And after seeing Ohio State play Michigan, I didn't have them in my top three in this playoff. I even picked Texas last game. I thought Texas was going to.
I ended up having a last-second change of heart and going Texas as well. I just had a gut. But
I just thought there were some matchups that maybe they could exploit, and they were right there with an opportunity. They call an awful second down play. Ball's going the other way. Credit to the Buckeyes. But as I look at the individual matchups in this one, as good as Notre Dame has been, where they've really thrived, I think Ohio State thrives more. So I do like Notre Dame to cover, but I think Ohio State wins the football game, and Ryan Day finally gets to hoist that national championship trophy. And if I was him, I would, I'd do the DX. Maybe he won't. That's on him.
And then he pays Quinn Ewers to go to Ohio State, and they win back-to-back. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Quinn is going to have his short. Like if he wants to come back, he's Ohio State, Alabama, Notre Dame, all of these, Georgia.
I know it's a weak quarterback class, but the NFL is telling him he's not even guaranteed a second-round pick. He's going to have 4 or 5, maybe even $6 million offers reportedly.
Yeah.
He'd be crazy not to play another year of college football. You'd be crazy not to take advantage of our friends over there at Pinnacle Exterior Construction. If you want to, look, guys, it is cold right now, but summer, it's always right around the corner here in Louisiana. And what's the best way to beat the heat with the summer? With a badass pool. And if you're talking about Pinnacle Exterior Construction, you can build a completely custom pool however you want it. We also have a great selection of spec pools where you get this really, it's a thick booklet, right? But it is a ton of different templates, a ton of different layouts. And within those templates, you select a lot of different options. So you still customize it to your liking. And all of a sudden, in no time at all, rapid turnaround time from the beginning of the project all the way through cleanup, act very quickly, very efficiently. It's not going to be one of these projects that drags out forever. It's going to get in and out. Bam, bam. You're good to go. You're ready for the summer. You're swimming, chilling, grilling, having fun. And all of a sudden, your home is a place where you and your family wants to be. They're not going over to the friend's house anymore. They're hanging out at the crib. So whether it's a pool, an outdoor kitchen, outdoor living area, you need a bigger, better fence, you need a bulkhead, you need a pergola, you want to just build turf, putting. I mean, look at this. Look at the freaking work here. On the website, guys, the artisanship will blow you away at Pinnacle. Say it every day, but I mean it. Go to PECbuilt.com. See it for yourself. PECbuilt.com. We build the spaces. You build the memories. All right, it's time for a Tay-Tay NFL story of the day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
So we did this about a month ago when Deontay Johnson was cut by the Baltimore Ravens for refusing to go into the game. He was unhappy with his playing time. Well, since then, the Houston Texans had picked him up. He had 1 catch for 12 yards in their playoff game. And yesterday, Deontay Johnson has been cut by the Houston Texans. Guess why? Wait for it. He wasn't happy with his usage in Saturday's playoff game. He played just 15 of the team's 70 offensive snaps, and apparently he caused a little stir in the locker room after Saturday's game.
What?
Azeez Al-Shahir, the linebacker, had to kind of control him and kind of, calm him down a little bit. And, so Deontay Johnson out again for the same reason. 2 teams in less than a month. I don't know what his future in the NFL looks like.
Bro, just suck it up and go on the run.
Yeah.
Get the playoff checks.
And then he
right? Like, what are we talking about? How much money do you make for winning a playoff game?
Everybody makes the same amount, so it's not based off your contract.
No, that's what I mean.
Right?
I'm saying,
and
like,
it gets more every round. It goes up. It's probably in the wild card, probably a $45,000 check,
bro.
I think. I'm sure that's gone up too.
May the Lord guide me so my ego is never large enough where I throw away a $45,000 game check because I'm unhappy with my playing time.
But like this
just lean into everything that you learned about football from the time you were a little kid. Team, bigger than yourself. Like, it's not hard. Fake it. I don't even care if you don't believe it. Just fake it. Just show up for work for a couple of weeks more, dude. That is insanity. Like, that is actual throwed off insanity.
Even if you don't like Houston, like Deontay Johnson's a talented player. There's a lot of teams that need receivers in the offseason. Why the hell would you want to sign Deontay Johnson?
No, that's what I'm saying. You can't suck it up for a couple of weeks and just fake it like you're a team player. Like, that's crazy.
4 teams in the last year.
That's crazy. Yeah, it tells you how talented he is, too. Right? I mean,
yeah, because he keeps getting
not many could get away with this.
Yeah.
Well, and then he goes to the Steelers, right? They trade him to the Panthers. He was unhappy with the Panthers. He gets traded to the Ravens. You go from one of the worst teams to one of the best teams. You're complaining about your situation there. You get picked up by another playoff team, and you're still unhappy.
That's wild, man. I normally am pretty chill on these kind of stories, like, whatever, we're but that's crazy. That's for real crazy, John, DJ. What we doing, bro?
Yeah.
You're cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, man.
You just got there. What were you expecting? Do you think you were going to be the number one? You're just hey, Nico Collins, go sit down. I got you.
It's so crazy as to border on, like, are we talking about some sort of mental health issue here? Where he almost can't get out of his own head or something. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, he played in just 4 games in Baltimore. He's been with the Texans for 3 weeks. I mean, all this occurred in the last month and a half.
Crazy, man. I don't know. I've said my piece on it. I think that's really, really dumb on his part. But good riddance. That's probably what the Texans are saying. All right.
Yeah, because they've got Mechie, they've got Nico Collins, as I mentioned.
Come on.
They got Schultz, they got Joe Mixon.
Robert Woods. I mean, he's old, but he's still doing his thing.
Robert Woods, shut up. When we get back, more off the bench.
Off the bench.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Central Plumbing is your one-stop plumbing shop and has been for 50 years because they have 24/7 emergency service. They have flat rate pricing. They have excellent warranty coverage. Of course, they have licensed, bonded, and insured employees. They'll send you information about those employees ahead of time so you know who's coming into your home. It's not just residential either. Commercially, you're a big business. You need your office plumbing needs met, whatever the case may be. We have the insurance, paperwork, personnel to do so. And remember, it doesn't have to just be repairs. If you want the great gift idea, you want to do a bathroom remodel, tankless water or something like that, well, it's all at Central Plumbing. So call them up today, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org.
Yeah, go to the website today, see what they can do for you in that remodel game. It's right there on the homepage. If you want to go tankless today with that tankless water heater and never run out of hot water again, that's also something they can come in and they can install. But also 24/7, 365 weekends, holidays, game day, 225-925-8552.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985.
51 Pokemon. Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill, Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot, Rattata, Raticate, Sparrow, Pharaoh, Ekans, Arbox, Pikachu, Raichu, Sandshrew, Sandslash, Nidoran, Nidorina, Nidoqueen, Nidoran, Nidorino, Nidoking, Clefairy, Clefable, Vulpix and Ninetales or Ninetales and Vulpix. Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, Zubat, Golbat, Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume, Poliwag, Poliwrath. Is it on a Poliwhirl? Oh no, Poliwag, Poliwhirl. Abra. I made my wife film me for nearly 5 minutes straight as I attempted to name the original 151 Pokemon. How awesome is that little thing that my mom got my son though? It's a framed.
I like the pennants better.
The pennants are great.
Yeah,
those are
awesome.
actual pennants from the late 60s, early 70s as well. They're 50 years old.
Yeah.
Those come from the Canon, bordering on 60 years old. But, the piece of art, it's all 151 Pokemon in little model form in the glass. Much to my dismay, though, although I missed a few, our guy Avo Marzawani and Sharp-Eyed on the internet point out they missed the entire 4th row. I forgot to do it. So I apologize. I would have known the vast majority of it, but, bad show on my part. What the heck language is that? None of that was English. Yes, it was. Those Pokemon. Jake, can you name 5 Pokemon?
No.
1 Pokemon.
Pikachu.
2. See how much you can go.
Squirtle?
Nailed it. Squirtle. Okay, give me 3.
Bulbasaur?
We'll go to the judges. We're going to count it. It's Bulbasaur, like bulb, like a plant, Bulbasaur, but Bulbasaur we're going to count. Can you give me one more?
Hold on, I can see it. It's like a dragon.
Dragon, I know. It's the most famous one. Its card sells for like $1 million if you've got a first edition of it.
It starts with an M?
No, not at all. It does not start with an M. Although there are very famous Pokemon that do start with N.
No, I got it.
What if I said Char? Charizard. Yes. Oh. Okay, not bad. Okay. Well,
I don't know. Look.
You got 2.2. You got 2.2.
Pokemon wasn't something that was prevalent in the Hester household.
No.
Like if you had like a little board of, hey, name this fullback, I'd crush it. I'd go 50 for 50.
That's true.
Don't know Pokemon. Yeah, I'm trying to, how do I say this without sounding bad? My dad would not have like been cool with like me after school playing Pokemon cards. He would have been like, you should be doing something physical right now.
Wow.
Like, let's go. We're going to go pound some iron, hit some concrete. But I enjoyed that, though, to be fair. That's what I enjoyed.
Fawn says we good. T-Bob, you're a big nerd. I mean, I would say
I wouldn't even say nerdy. Like
Pokemon is...
baseball cards the same thing. What's different?
Well, not only that, but Pokemon transcended, like, it's not like a deep cut of nerddom, especially not if you're our age.
It's 3 decades long.
Yeah, it's like,
right?
There's all kind of stats about how it's like the highest grossing, whatever. It's like it's a global phenomenon. Now name 3 Digimon. I can't do that.
What's Digimon?
It was like a Pokemon knockoff that had, it had a little bit of run. I bought a couple of Digimon card packs back in the day. It might be giving them a little too much credit to grant them the rank of Pepsi, but kind of the same thing. Yeah. But like a much lesser, maybe like an RC Cola. Yeah. How it ended up being eventually. Maybe that would be closer.
There was a great thread, kind of in the same, like naming things. There was a great thread on Instagram. It gave you 10 living rooms of like former TV sitcom shows, and you had to name the show based off just the living room. I went 10 for 10.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think I could get all 10 for 10, but I could get some. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Pepsi? Also, no, I don't think Yu-Gi-Oh! Gets granted the rank of Pepsi either, although I love Yu-Gi-Oh! As well. It was the first ever card tournament I ever played in, was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament back in the day.
I do love stuff like that. Like, there's a guy on TikTok, and he does like deep cut NFL players, and he goes like position by position. He'll do like he did like tight ends the other day, and I would pause it before he would answer, and I'm like, okay, do I know? And I would match it. I love stuff like that.
Well, enjoy while you can, because TikTok doesn't exist anymore.
I don't think it's going anywhere, T-Bob. Did
they
say
Mr.
that
Beast is going to buy
2 years ago?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is bigger than Digimon. I agree. I just don't think it ever. I mean, Pokemon is on a different level from all of this stuff.
We had the thing that you used to put the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards in. You know, the thing that he would put on his.
Yeah,
we had one of those. Yeah.
Oh, so sick.
Oh my! We had so many Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards.
Yeah.
Like my brother ended up selling them like later.
I remember.
We had so many of them.
I put so much work into creating my deck. I mean, I'm talking about like trading my way up, saving money, buying some of the rare cards off of friends. I even went so far, and I feel bad about this, but I used this one. I spent the night at this kid's house simply because he had an extensive Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection.
Yeah.
And I knew that I could get these 1,700 attack power cards that didn't have a summon cost. Because he had them overflowing. And so I only hung out with him to spend the night at his house and catch all these 1,700 attack card runoffs. Now, 1,800 was the best, but 17 was still going to put you in a good spot. And it made a great deck. Unfortunately, I eventually left said deck in my pants, and they got washed.
That's typically where your deck stays.
And I'll never forget it because I was crying a lot that morning when that cards got ruined. And I never played Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. It broke me.
That's crazy.
I know. Bums me out, too. Magic the Gathering is the Coca-Cola of the TCG community, I would say, William. I do remind you, if you're looking for something to play, to go to Main Event in Baton Rouge. You mentioned Off the Bench. When you go to Main Event, you get a 30-minute all-you-can-play game card for free. And then while you're there, you can check out the professional level bowling. We got plenty of lanes available. We got a multi-level laser tag arena. We got a gravity ropes course. We got a ton of arcade games. We got great food, great drinks, a newly revised menu. Main Event, Baton Rouge. Mention Off the Bench, 30-minute free all you can play game card. And if you're planning one of your kids' birthdays, maybe if you're a business owner or a leader of a team and you do some team building, you want to honor your group with a reward, go have fun for a day. Again, main event, Baton Rouge. We have dedicated party planners ready to go. You can fill the forms right there online to start it up. So just take your family in, whatever. Go have some fun. Mention OTB. Profit. Shout out main event Baton Rouge. When we get back, let's do some Ask the Bench here on OTB.
Off the bench.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gonna do business with someone you know. Parish Construction and Roofing.
ParishGroup.com.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. And right now, it's time for a little Ask the Bench. Brought to you by Cold Curse Light, Vizzy Hard Seltzer, and Blue Moon Light Skies. It's your sweet. Ask the Bench. Nurse Joy, Miss Ketchum, or Jesse? Jesse.
Are we talking here?
Pokemon.
Oh, I was racking my brain like.
I do kind of
only
want to
Jesse
watch.
I know is Saved by the Bell. Jesse Spano.
I do kind of want to watch Ash's mom and Mr. Mime, but that's a dark corner of the internet. None of y'all need to be involved.
I've got to ask the bench that it's been making its way on Twitter. Different sports personalities have been asked this question.
Hit me with it.
If you could create your dream team, broadcasting team for the national championship game, play-by-play, color analyst, and sideline reporter.
I'm watching that Pat McAfee broadcast again, I think.
All right, what about more of a traditional, though? It's tough.
I mean, I don't know. I like Kirk. I like Herbie
Kirk,
and I like
too.
Herbie and Fowler.
I mean, but you could take one from like wherever.
Yeah, I know, but I like Herbie and Fowler.
Yeah.
I think I would have for sideline.
Yeah, that's tough. I do a lot of radio with a lot of sideline reporters. I don't know. That's tough.
I got Cole Cuby. Nah, I mean, I like what they got.
I think Budden and Kubelik would be a good one.
Yeah, you're gonna want
punch.
2 for the Natty anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Cole
Gordy
for sure.
Rush. I need Gordy Rush.
Sideline reporter?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I need my sideline reporter to have a semblance of a neck. The hint.
I need to
Cole's at
play-by-play
least got a
that
hint.
doesn't make it about him. Makes it about the game.
Are you accusing Kirk?
No. There's
Or Gordy?
No. God.
Or Chris Blair?
No.
Yeah.
No. I think there's some play-by-plays that make it about them sometimes. It's not about you. You're telling the story.
Ask the bench. What is everyone's in the OTB crew's favorite thing they collected as kids?
When I was like a kid, like young, like 5, 6
Souls
years
in youth
old.
football.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
hey,
good one.
That counts.
I had so many Beanie Babies.
Hell yeah.
Oh, let's go.
I was like,
Protect the tag.
I had so many Beanie Babies.
Hell yeah.
Like hella, like trash bags full of them. Anytime I went to Cracker Barrel, I got a Beanie Baby.
I mean, I loved Pogs for a while there. I had a Beanie Baby stage for sure.
Yeah.
My
I
mom
still
used
love,
to have
like,
a side hustle where
miniatures.
she would
Warhammer.
go because she worked at night, so she was graveyard, so she'd have all day. Well, she'd go to different places. She knew when the new ones were coming out, the hot ones, and she would go to like trade shows and make really good like side money hustle.
Yeah.
On Beanie Babies there for like 2 years. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about like vacation money, like
Yeah.
extra money, like new baseball bat money was through Beanie Babies. Yeah.
Ask the bench, if Elon rescues TikTok like his rumor today, is he still a supervillain? I mean, I'm going to say this. If he would buy TikTok, whatever you feel about Elon Musk is just going to deepen. If you think he's a supervillain, you're going to think that he has even bigger supervillain potential. If you think of him as a hero, well, he's going to have superhero potential. That's what it's just going to be there would be an insane amount of control to have.
Yeah, like I don't think my opinion would change if Elon bought it or not bought it.
Zero discipline.
Ask the bench, you're playing Truth or Dare and they dare you to go home. What do you do?
I'm going home.
You got to leave.
You have to. Them's the rules.
Yeah, I mean, you leave.
God, truth or dare? Were you a dare or truth?
I was always a dare.
T? Or you?
For T-Bob, it might be more terrifying truth.
But here's the thing about T-Bob, right? So we tried to play this game, Chew or Spew, where you had to either tell the truth or you had to eat something real nasty. We only did it once because Mario messed it up. And T-Bob's like, look, I'm kind of an open book. There's not a lot that I won't say about myself. And so the game kind of backfired on me with T-Bob. So
I would say.
I mean, I'm dare. I'm going dare.
I mean,
let me do some. Let me do the stupid thing.
Because you're always playing when you're trying to like make out or paw at each other. So yes, it was always dare.
Like, hey, you got to jump off this roof into the pool.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's go. It's only 8 foot deep. Doesn't matter. I'm invincible.
Ask the bench who's most likely to not go through the dare on OTB. Taylor.
T-Bob. 100%.
T-Bob.
To not go through the dare?
T-Bob, the crap you've made me do that I always do.
Taylor might be the most likely.
Off the bench.
Yeah, most likely to not go through the dare.
No, I think to do the dare.
No,
I think Taylor
agree.
would be.
Glad we're on the same. Yeah,
It's definitely you. And you're deflecting
T-Bob,
right
you
now.
would just say,
It's
I'm
100%.
doing that.
No, that's crazy.
That would be his response, yeah.
K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com. K2ZBlinds.com. You want window coverings that wow. You want complimentary installation. You want to take advantage of Brandon Barton's multiple decades in this business. You can do so by getting in touch with K to Z today. They'll come out to your home, and within minutes, you'll have an extensively deeper understanding of how your home interacts with light throughout the day and what you can be done aesthetically and functionally to bring it to the next level. K to Z window coverage. Remember, any price point. I don't care if it's starter home of your dreams. We are maximizing our potential in 2025, guys. And that starts with K to Z window coverage, KTOZblinds.com.
Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold.